if you still ask, what's the catch? That's where TD Bank North is different. No catches. When we say no ATM fees, we mean no ATM fees. Any bank, anywhere. No special account, no minimum balance, no monthly fee. Just no ATM fees, no catches. And that's straight talk. To learn more, visit tdbanknorth.com. TD Bank North. Bank freely.
No ATM fees debit card available in Connecticut, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Metro New York area. Member FDIC, TD Bank North NA.
This is the Imus in the Morning radio program on WFAN New York and streaming at WFAN.com. 7 o'clock Eastern time for the headline stories. A difference of opinion regarding what to do with the recommendations out of the Blue Ribbon Bipartisan Baker-Hamilton panel, the Iraq Study Group. Yesterday, President Bush said the study group's recommendations represent only one factor that he will consider as he rethinks American strategy in Iraq. Mr. Bush and visiting British Prime Minister Tony Blair met for more than an hour, and then at a news conference afterward, Iraq was the dominant topic. The President refuting skeptics who doubt he'll change course in Iraq, even given the Iraq Study Group's criticism of the present course.
Yeah, I think you'll see something differently, because it's a practical answer to...
Well, praising the work of the bipartisan panel, the President said he's waiting for the Pentagon, the State Department, and the White House to finish their own reviews, adding that he believes he doesn't believe that
Stop.
What?
Well, I mean, not you, but I mean them. I mean, about... Jesus. Do they need to be hit over the head? And Tony Blair, I mean, that is... Well, they came over to get more underwear from the Victoria's Secret people. Jesus, I mean, what is that all about?
I wish I would caution you, perhaps today is not the day for you to make those kinds of comments. Not given the shirt you're wearing as the Grand Marshal of the Gay Pride Parade.
Charles continues. The President adding that he believes he doesn't think the panel expects him to accept every recommendation, all 79. But that would the course. But that would seem to put him at odds with co-chair James Baker, who told the Senate panel yesterday the report should not be cherry-picked.
I hope we don't treat this like a fruit salad and say, I like this, but I don't like that. I like this, but I don't like that. This is a comprehensive strategy.
Panel called for a phase-out of the U.S. combat role by 2008. It rejected the idea of increasing the number of combat troops now in Iraq.
Bert Solomon.
Michigan Democrat Carl Levin, the incoming chair of the Armed Services Committee, said the group's report marks the end of the Bush administration's stay-the-course strategy in Iraq.
I hope the administration will accept the recommendations in this report and will determine to change course. It's the best hope of turning around this, quote, grave.
I don't hear him either.
Senator John McCain, meantime, has been
I can't take a guy seriously who's got that kind of comb-over, can you?
It's a little tough.
No, I mean, that's somebody who's so delusional. People who do that with their hair are just, I mean, they're not in the real world, are they?
Don't know about RFD.
Well, I mean,
TV.
You can look at yourself in the mirror and say, okay, I'm good to go, and head out into the world. Yeah. There's a problem. Yeah. 3 after down.
If you're a business owner, whether you own a small shop or a large corporation, when it comes to building a new facility, the process can seem overwhelming. Concerned with getting the building you need on a limited budget? Call Anthem Steel for a pre-engineered steel building. When you look around, you'll see that more and more businesses, churches, and schools are using steel buildings to save time and money. You, too, can build with the quality of Anthem Steel, saving up to half the cost of conventional building methods. Large or small, your new building will be up and running quickly with your choice of exteriors like stacked stone, stucco, or rich and stately brick. For your free information, call 800-400-4204. Anthem Steel has the high-quality solution for almost any size you need. Before you give up, call Anthem Steel for your free information at 800-400-4204. For a church, school or gymnasium, manufacturing, warehousing, or retail buildings, call for your free information at 800-400-4204.
Last year, I had 2 skin knees, 1 broken arm, 3 cases of the flu, and 1 appendectomy. My name is Michael Santos. I'm a single father of 2, and this is my story. I changed jobs last year. It was a good opportunity, but no health coverage. I have 2 girls, Sarah 5 and Kat 8. They're my life. And with a young family, you never know what to expect. we needed health insurance.
All across New York, individuals and their families now have access to affordable, quality health insurance, thanks to Healthy New York. Qualified individuals get healthy and stay healthy. Just ask Michael.
So, 2 months later, my employer offers health coverage. The transition, painless.
To find out if you qualify, call 1-866-HEALTHY-NY or visit healthyny.com. That's 1-866-HEALTHY-NY.
Keeping working families and small businesses stronger and healthier. That's Healthy New York.
5 minutes after the hour here in the Imus Morning program. On the radio around the country and on MSNBC, Senator Edward Kennedy is here with us this morning. And what will you be doing during the break, I guess? Today, the last day, Charles?
Yeah.
Do you know, Senator?
Last day of what?
This session of Congress.
This Congress. Before you Democrats come back, take over.
Actually, I haven't checked the calendar. I have other things on my mind just besides what goes on in Washington, D.C. I think most Americans, we have lives to live. We cannot constantly focus on what the guys in Washington are doing. I'm the same way.
Well, no, but you're one of the guys in Washington.
It's true. That's true, and I think it's more important for me than anybody else. I'm right in the middle of it. It's not making any sense, is it?
No.
I better get back there. As soon as the show's over, I'm catching a shuttle. Right back down there, back to work for my constituents. All America.
Blind Mississippi White
On the
Boy.
job, that's me.
Blind Mississippi White Boy Pig Face to Praise there.
Morning, boy.
Chris Collins in. Lou, Bernie, Tracy, everybody. On talk with Jeff Greenfield coming up. Fred's going to be on, finding out how Fred did in that cutting competition. I understand he did fairly well. Cutting horse competition.
Yeah.
So, well, and then, we're in a seatbelt. Our favorite guest, Terry Bradshaw. He'll be on. And I don't have anything to get on Terry about this morning, do we, Charles?
Nothing except the continuing look at the Christmas melodies, perhaps, something like that.
How about that stupid lid he was wearing on Sunday?
Oh, that's right, yeah. What was that all about?
Like some Yugoslavian peasant. I thought he looked pretty cool. Walking next to a cart drawn by a donkey. So what was that?
Come on, I don't know.
Didn't you think it looked cool? Or no? No, it looked like a dope. But then again, that's not hard to Terry. Leave Terry alone. Well, we're gonna see how much discipline I can actually have this morning.
What do you mean?
Because last night the NBC Nightly News ran an autism report on the passage of the compromised, watered-down Sissy Boy Combating Autism Act that was passed. And the goal is for me not to rerun it this morning.
Because of how you will react to it.
Right. Because I said to my wife last night, I'm done with this, you know. And I got a ranch full of kids with cancer. Cancer still is the leading cause of death by disease for children in this country. It's an enormous task, and we're certainly not going to get any help from them. So I plan on doing it myself, as I've been doing. And with Mrs. Imus.
So you're able to stifle your own curiosity regarding exactly how the subject was treated. Congratulations, I Man.
Well, know what a pussy Brian Williams is. I can imagine how it was treated. So, I mean, I have to wonder about that. I mean, none of those people have any guts, you know? Him or any of the rest of them.
See what you're doing?
We don't.
I know, but I mean, you see what you're doing? Exactly what you were just talking about earlier today.
They do stuff and they know better.
Here you go.
But they're terrified, you know? So, talk about their independent journalistic integrity. They have none, zero.
Here it goes.
Well, those are just the facts.
We are off.
Come on, Chuck. Green flag. Pull them back, Charles. It's time. Well, I'm pulling myself back. I'm gonna demonstrate this morning that I'm not completely out of control. Here's my friend Charles McCoy with the news, and we'll hear from Senator Kennedy, and then Blind, and then Chris is here. And, we're just signing Chris a new contract. So he's in for the long haul.
That's great.
Oh, it is good. Anyway, good morning, Charles.
Good morning, I Man. Headlines: approval of President Bush's handling of the war now at an all-time low at 27% support. The president meets with the congressional leadership today, continuing to work on a revamped Iraq policy to discuss the Baker-Hamilton ideas. 33 American military personnel have been killed in Iraq in just the first week of this month.
8 days.
Soldier working with...
7, actually.
a soldier working with Iraqi troops to curb sectarian violence, is the latest. He was killed by a roadside bomb in Baghdad yesterday. And news that private Saudi citizens appear to be giving millions of dollars to the Sunni insurgency in Iraq. And a lot of the money is used to buy weaponry, including shoulder-fired anti-aircraft missiles in one particular instance. This according to key Iraqi officials and others familiar with the flow of cash. Saudi government officials deny that any money out of their country is being sent to Iraqis fighting the government and the U.S.-led coalition in Iraq. But the U.S.-Iraq Study Group, in the report released on Wednesday, said Saudis are a source of funding for Sunni Arab insurgents. And the Associated Press talked to some people, some truck drivers, interviewed them, who apparently were carrying boxes of cash from Saudi Arabia into Iraq, money they said was headed for insurgents.
All right, Jess. Are you?
A couple of high-ranking Iraqi officials, speaking on condition of anonymity because of the matter's sensitivity, told the AP most of the Saudi money comes from private donations collected for Islamic causes and charities. Some Saudis appear to know the money is, in fact, headed to Iraq's insurgents, according to the report. In one recent case, an Iraqi official said $25 million in Saudi money went to a top Iraqi Sunni cleric and was used to buy weapons, including this model of a Russian shoulder-fired anti-aircraft missile. Saudi officials vehemently deny that their country is a major source of financial support for the Iraq insurgency.
Now, Bigfoot has told me in my earpiece here that the autism report is all ready to go. All I've got to do is simply point at the camera and call for it, and it'll be right on. So this is going to be a real test.
How's it going to work out? We have no idea. Well, no, we have a pretty good idea. I don't think you can do it, frankly.
Well, we'll see.
You can't resist.
The business report, trying to clear my throat.
Yep.
It's not working out. The business report, sponsored by Vitamin World. There are 470 stores nationwide. And they sell all the green and clean stuff, the all-purpose cleaner, window cleaner, all Imus transferred stuff, and they give all of their profits from all Imus transferred stuff and the GTC stuff to the Imus Cattle Ranch to Kids with Cancer. Yesterday, Dow Jones Industrial Average down 30 points, a little over actually, to 12,278. NASDAQ down a little over 18 points. S&P down a little over 5.5. Shares of Sirius and XM both jumped after there was more talk of a merger between the two companies.
Okay.
So Sirius the other day was at 385, which put some people in a Jacques Cousteau situation. Or, well, maybe not Senator Kennedy.
Har, har, har.
XM Chairman Gary Parsons said that regulations are less than what they once were, and folks over at Sirius and XM suggest that it would provide a merger, which makes sense to me, by the way, would provide numerous benefits to customers and investors, although I don't know, the technologies are different, right, Lou?
They wrote off different services.
Well, how could they make it compatible?
Well, they'll just
Easy,
change it.
right?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Well, we're all for that, so. Are we?
That's true.
Although my new deal now is HD radio. I met with these guys yesterday, kind of interesting guys.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get me an HD radio and see what the deal is.
Okay.
I'll be reporting on that.
Very well.
Ad nauseum.
All right, here now. Now let's do this. Here's the records. I love these two girls. I love their records. This is the current single, My Oh My.
Every Friday night when I was 18, parking lot used to be a field. I parked here in my Oldsmobile, long before the Sonic and the Walk Green. Not no more, not no more. My oh my, look out the time. Look out the world changed.
Superman Lou Manfredini here with some great gift ideas available right now at your neighborhood Ace stores. Hurry in for 2 great items from RCA. A digital camcorder that's easy to use, holds 30 minutes of video without tape, and can instantly download to your PC. Or an MP3 player with 5 gigabytes of music storage, which includes 100 free song downloads. Both items are $69.99 after $20 mail-in rebate. Quantities limited, available at participating Ace stores through December 31st.
Hi, I'm Smokey, and this is my new friend Ernie.
Hi.
Ernie wants to be a biker.
Sure do.
Okay, just calm down, Ernie. First, you need a bike. Then you need Geico motorcycle insurance. They cover most kinds of bikes and have money-saving discounts. And finally, you'll need a nickname. Something that suits you, like, I don't know, Fuzzy Bunny.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Too late. It's already stuck, Fuzzy.
For a free rate quote, visit geico.com or call 1-800-44-CYCLE. Geico Motorcycle Insurance. Let's ride.
Imus.
I'm giving the Tosimo machine this morning to Paul Begala. Well, nerd can wake up. Ah, what a moron. Now, how you don't know about, well, I mean, I go on about it all morning. It's just stupid. How you don't know about RFD TV? It's just inexplicable. They probably don't even know about Tosimo. Probably not. It's a hot beverage system from Kraft and Braun. It's a perfect gift for the holiday season. As soon as they see the Tosimo, they're going to know that you are serious about taking care of them. It's a state-of-the-art hot beverage system. They can enjoy coffee, tea, espresso, hot chocolate, even cappuccino, latte with real milk. One barbie cup at a time. And they have a bunch of great brands and stuff. Seattle's Best Coffee, Javalia, National House Cafe Collection. Tosimo, go to the website, get one. They don't have trouble remembering names, or they sometimes forget the car keys, or, well, everybody forgets stuff. I mean, come on. Vitamin World has this stuff called Neural PS that, because apparently some of it leaks out of your gourd as you get on down the road there, and you need to replenish it. Most foods don't have much, but you can get what you need from Vitamin World Neural PS. And studies conducted at major universities and research facilities, they found that taking PS improved cognitive performance, learning, and memory. Vitamin World Neural PS is the concentrated source of PS to help you replenish PS levels that could decline with age. Neural PS can help improve memory function, mental focus, clarity. Hello, Vitamin World. It's just some Neural PS.
Around the holidays, it feels like everyone in New York and New Jersey is traveling to the same place at the same time. We can't make holiday lines disappear, but at the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, we are coming up with more ways to make your travel a little bit easier. All lanes at our tunnels and bridges have Easy Pass, and you can use Easy Pass to pay for parking at our airports. Then there's our AirTrain service, a convenient and affordable way to beat the traffic to Kennedy and Newark Liberty International airports with easy connections to and from mass transit. We've built new terminals at the airports, expanded ticketing and baggage areas, and added more shops and restaurants. We have more customer care agents than ever at our airports, the bus terminal, and the PATH system. They're the people in the red jackets with only one job, to help you get where you want to go. For more ways to ease your holiday travel, check out our website at panyj.info. The Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. Look what we're doing.
I'm Patty Carlin with the Fan Highway Patrol, brought to you by Sears Auto Centers. Give yourself the gift of tires. Right now, get the lowest price of the year on Michelin tires only at Sears Auto Center. Exclusions apply to store for sale. Sale ends on Christmas Eve. Gridlock alert day in Manhattan today. Mass transit if you got to make it into town. Starting on Long Island, eastbound on the expressway, there's an accident being cleared from the entrance ramp at Motor Parkway. A lot of westbound rubbernecking. In Queens, still that water main break, keeping all lanes closed at Broadway at 102nd Street. Gowanus BQE southbound between the LIE and the Kosciuszko. Slow traffic, then slow again Atlantic Avenue to the Prospect. There's an accident blocking a lane. It was previously reported as northbound. Wrong. It's southbound. Belt Parkway eastbound after the Arizona Bridge. They've cleared that crash from the left lane. 20-minute delays now at the Lincoln and the George. 10 at the Holland. The Imus in the morning forecast. Partly sunny. Maybe a snow flurry. High in the low 30s. But with the wind chill, it's freezing out there. 20 and fair. I'm Patty Pilot with the Fan Highway Patrol.
20 minutes after the hour here in the Imus in the morning program on the radio all over the country and on MSNBC. We haven't been keeping up with the scum, Tracy. Anything we need to know?
Today, well, I mean, I know you're interested in everything that's going on with Rosie O'Donnell. Reportedly, maybe she's off the View, she's on the View.
I like Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, she may be leaving the View.
What?
Yeah, she may be leaving the View. That's the rumor out there. And we've seen the Netherlands of, I guess, Lindsay Lohan and Britney Spears. And Britney Spears misspelled Victoria's Secrets on her website yesterday, saying that, she didn't make it possessive. Girl can't write. Lindsay Lohan getting down with Al Gore, supposedly. He's going to save her skinny, can I say the rear end on the air? No.
What? Well, what's your point?
The point is, these girls are a bunch of hoes hanging out together with Paris Hilton, showing their hoo-has all over the place, and things are bad. It's a scummy world out there, especially around Christmas time. They shouldn't be doing that with the baby Jesus' birthday in sight.
Got a couple of kids at home?
Put
your panties on. Coming up on 21 minutes after the hour. Time for sports, and here with that is Chris Carlin. Hi, Chris.
Morning, I'm in. Sports is sponsored by Cold FX. Visit them online at coldfx.com. Thursday night football, Steelers beat the Browns in Pittsburgh 27-7. Willie Parker, 223 yards on the ground. That is a Steelers franchise record.
The Browns are awful.
No, they're not good. They are quite bad, as a matter of fact.
How did any of these people make it in the NFL?
You know, that's a great question. The Browns right now are just bad. There's no getting around it. You know, they're a young team, they're a growing team, but they also are not a good team.
It's just awful.
That's what you have. A bad football team.
I'm thinking Dallas to beat the Saints, right?
You are. I love it. I think it's outstanding. I think it's terrific. I think it's fantastic. I love the pick.
Francesca told me yesterday that, by the way, I'll be doing updates this weekend on FAN in New York.
I'm sorry, what?
I'll be doing updates on FAN in New York this weekend.
What do you mean you'll be doing updates?
Because my wife went to Bergdorf to buy a baby gift for Francesca.
So you're going to do the overnights?
Well, whatever I got to do.
That's a radio phone.
Take up the slack, little Harrison. But anyway, he told me that he thought Delhomme, whatever the guy's name,
Jake Delhomme.
Yeah, the Carolina quarterback was not going to play, but then I heard you say earlier this morning that even though he hasn't practiced for a couple of days, but he's still questionable.
Well, the questionable is basically where NFL coaches can throw a player when they don't want to let the other team know if they're going to play or not.
Right.
So I think Mike's probably right. I think Chris Winkie, the backup, will start.
How's he?
He hasn't played in a couple of years. He wasn't very good when he was a starter for the Panthers. I don't think he's particularly good. I think there's a reason that he's a backup.
This is not going to be like the St. Louis Cardinal pitcher you told us, who you said stinks.
Actually, there were two Cardinal pitchers that I said that stink, and they both made me look foolish.
Yeah, they both had a 0.000 ERA in the World Series and went on to whatever they did. I guess they won, yeah.
Jeff Weaver and Jeff Suppan, who Chuck lucked out with, somehow figured out how to pitch.
So we're picking the Giants to win that one?
Or they were scuffing the baseball. Yes. We are picking the Giants to win that game.
Okay.
I love the Giants. That is my fat boy lock of the week, my friend.
I hear this.
Let's have it. The fat boy lock of the week. They're going to bury the Panthers like a freaking Undertaker, my friend. They're going to crush them like a bug. Not going to be pretty.
We have a camera operator here at MSNBC that you would love. Because he's over here, and he's not fat either, but he's over here. He's got some bacon, and he's dipping the bacon into
butter?
Into pancake syrup.
Oh my God. You know what that guy is?
No.
A visionary.
Please welcome now to the Imus in the Morning program from the great state of Commonwealth of Massachusetts, Senator Edward Kennedy. Good morning, Senator Kennedy.
Good morning. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Imus. A matter of great consequence faces us at this hour. Basically, it is that this glass of mine here I view as half empty. Others might interpret this condition as half full. I do not. And I would like the situation corrected by somebody around here as expeditiously as possible. Good.
As what is possible?
Expeditiously as possible. That's the problem. Yeah. But unless I drink a full one, I can't speak correctly. The other thing on my mind today, and very much on my mind, this difficult time is how can I get that little bronze number? The one that's always prancing around here like some sort of a...
like somebody was...
forest sprite.
What happened here?
Leprechaun, something broke. He's not moving.
Oh, your script's not working.
No, I apologize.
Well, what would that be, Tom?
Yeah, we don't know.
Prompter broke. Oh, it did? Well, and we'll get back to it at some other point.
Now everybody in the world knows that this isn't all just anything in my head.
25 after the hour here on the After the Morning program. This is a Vince Gill song that Bob Seger and Kid Rock will sing.
Hackensack University Medical Center, we've won awards for cancer care, heart care, geriatric care, and patient care. The operative word here is care. Care is what's made us one of the country's leading cancer care providers. It's what's gotten us recognized by the J.D. Power and Associates Distinguished Hospital Program for an outstanding patient experience. It's why U.S. News and World Report calls us one of the nation's best hospitals for heart and heart surgery, as well as geriatrics. Care is caring enough to provide the best of science and service. It's reducing any possibility of human error by providing the most cutting-edge technology available. It's caring about our patients' lives while they're here and about their lifestyles long after they've left. Care is what's made us the country's fourth largest hospital by inpatient admissions. For such a small word, care means so much to us. Hackensack University Medical Center. When you feel good, we feel good.
What did you do yesterday to become rich? Get out of debt or get a raise at work? Nothing? Well, today is going to be a lot different. And here's how. Entrepreneur of the Year Bruce A. Berman is offering his secrets free for 30 days. Secrets that made him millions. And now you can put all these life-changing secrets to work for you. But the only way to get them is to visit his website right now. Just go to 4bruce.com. That's the number 4, Bruce.com.
The first 30 days, I earned $10,000. I now have the skills to make this type of money every month.
I made $30,000 in the first 90 days. I mean, it's fast, it's easy. If I can do it, anybody can.
This is Bruce A. Berman. Do you want to change your life right now? Then get my Aggressive Wealth System. I'm giving it away free for 30 days. Just go to my website, 4bruce.com. That's the number 4, Bruce.com. This free offer won't last long, so go to 4bruce.com. That's the number 4, Bruce.com. Now.
Well, we're here with CompUSA technology expert Meg Pixel.
Hi, Bob.
Meg, when I was a kid, we were always moving.
Oh, was your dad in the Army?
No, he had a moving company.
This holiday, you know what to get someone on the go?
Corrugated boxes?
A 17-inch dual-core notebook with a gig of memory and a 120-gig hard drive. Just $699.99 after savings and rebate.
Wow.
Plus, CompUSA has complete gift packs.
Really?
Buy a main item like a notebook or a TV and then save 10% on qualifying accessories when you buy 3 or more. There are 8 different complete gift pack categories. See CompUSA for details.
Welcome back to the Sports Beat with me, Dan Stevens, and we've got Nancy on a car phone.
Dan, I just missed a turn. Now, should I take a right or a left here?
You know this is Sports Beat, don't you? To easily get back on track when you miss a turn, you want to ask TomTom, not Dan.
Turn left.
TomTom Go is your portable, everyday GPS solution. Grab it and go. Just tap the screen and a helpful voice guides you where you're going.
You have reached your destination.
TomTom Go. Find your way the easy way. Learn more at TomTom.com.
It's finally here.
An event so big it's held in a stadium.
It's simply the biggest winter sports sale in the world.
Princeton's Giant Stadium Sale is going on now with the best winter sports gear on the planet.
All at prices too low to mention.
Ski clothing from the North Face, Spider and Marker. Snowboard clothing from Burton, Sessions, and Special Blend.
All at prices too low to mention.
Ski equipment from K2, Rossi, and Solomon. Snowboard equipment from Ride, Burton, and Nitro.
All at prices too low to mention.
But what we can mention is you'll save up to 70% on everything for winter sports.
And while you're there, check out great deals from Steamboat filled with Western heritage and nearly 30 feet annually of champagne powder.
Plus, for the first time ever, it's Princeton's Pro-Am Rail Jam.
Sponsored by Burton. Watch the pros style the steel.
And on Saturday, test your medal at the amateur event.
Oh, did I mention 10 grand in cash and prizes?
Cha-ching! Princeton's Giant Stadium Sale is going on now with free luxury shuttle buses from our New York store.
For more info, call 1-800-ALL-SKIS or go to PrincetonSki.com.
It is 30 minutes past the hour here in the Imus in the Morning program on the radio around the country and on MSNBC. I'm still irritated about Paul Begala, who's actually a friend of mine, and he's a great guy. His politics is, well, they're like the rest of them. They're just, they're whatever's convenient, but he's a little more committed than most people. But for him not to know about, see, that's the problem with these people, not just in Washington, but in New York and L.A., and if they don't know what the hell's going on in this country. I mean, if you don't know about RFD TV, I mean, then something's wrong. Well, you may not want to watch it, but something's wrong in America. It's a disgrace. You know what? If you don't know about RFD TV, the terrorists have one. There you go. I don't get that. Well, no. Now, if you don't have RFD TV on your local cable channel, because they're on the satellite, they're on DirecTV channel 379, then you call your cable company, tell them you want it. Yeah. Jump ugly with it. I mean, it's... I mean, you're not going to like every show, but you don't like everything on NBC either, or CBS, or whatever. Yeah, it's the way it works. Or MSNBC, for that matter. Yeah, of course. So, but I mean, it's television for rural America. And they're great. Covering all these high school rodeos, and, they've got some of the great horse trainers, and old Clinton Anderson, and some of those guys, talk about agrarian issues. Oh, all kinds of stuff. I mean, They're big tractor shows, train shows. How to floss your tooth. They cover that.
I believe tomorrow night is the big Petticoat Junction Marathon. Every episode, non-stop. I can't wait for that.
They do. They do some stuff that I don't want to know that I want to go see say a rerun of the old Porter Wagner show. But I mean, you're not going to like everything. Talk about corn blight issues. It's a great channel, and you can't be interesting stuff. Paul Begala from Texas in Washington and not know and just be unaware of it. Yeah. You went hunting. You should have shot a clue. Yeah, and then he's got his kids out there killing animals that they claim they're eating. That's just I don't know. It's distressing, irritating. So anyway, well, things are going to be brighter now because we have somebody on who has some sense. A big RFD fan, no doubt. I bet he knows about it. I bet he does. Does now. Please welcome to the I'm Somebody program from CNN, our old friend Jeff Greenfield. Good morning, Mr. Greenfield. Yeehaw. See there? See? What'd I tell you?
Yeah, I'm fine. How you doing? Excuse me. How you doing?
I'm good.
Like the shirt a lot. I don't think you should take any grief about that. I think it's a man fully comfortable in his senescence. It's quite clear that you put that shirt on without looking in the mirror, which, frankly, I wouldn't blame you for not doing at all, under any circumstances.
It's a shirt made by Wrangler.
It doesn't really matter if it was made by 16 starving Guatemalans or the finest fashion designers in the United States. I don't mean this personally.
Yes, you do.
But no, I really don't. I mean this as an objective. I mean, I wasn't going to question your sexuality. I just figured the Carnival Cruise Line had docked in New Jersey. You were on your way to the Midnight Buffet. But what the heck?
Blind Mississippi White Boy Pigfish Dupree, well, one would first question how he even knows what the shirt looks like, being, blind Mississippi. Said it looked like a test pattern to him. But...
Oh, that's an interesting point. Like when I was a little kid, in the back of comics, they used to say color TV for $2, and what it was a plastic shield that had smears of red and blue in it. You put it on your black and white TV, and that was color TV. Well, it's 2006, and here it is.
So let me start by asking you about this dust-up between David Gregory and Tony Snow, which I think goes beyond just the acrimony that exists between the press and people are questioning, and just inherent almost. But it's accusing David of being partisan in asking a question in which he was quoting someone. As John Stewart pointed out last night, did he not like his voice inflection when he read the quote? But that seemed to go beyond, the give and take that goes on there in the press room.
I think there are times, and this is certainly not anything new, that when a White House is under siege, when bad news is coming, and whatever you think of the Iraq Study Group, its assessment of the president's foreign and military policies was scathing. Tempers rise. Franklin Roosevelt back, I think it was right before World War II, once got so upset with the questions he was asked by a New York Daily News reporter, which was then a very right-wing newspaper, that he presented the reporter with an Iron Cross. A medal from Nazi Germany. He said, well, you're doing the work of these people. You might as well get awarded by them. So it's not unprecedented. And I really think that when you look at what the White House is having to deal with now, you know these songs better than I do. Isn't there a song that says, if it weren't for bad news, if it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all?
There King, yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's look at the last month and a half. They lose the Congress. The Iraq Study Group essentially says your most important initiative of your entire administration lies in ruins. The president's approval rating on Iraq is now in the 20s. And David Gregory, like any White House reporter, can be aggressive, and that's his job. And I just think at some point, the temper, I know it's so hard to explain to somebody like yourself, but sometimes people lose their temper.
No.
And I really don't think it's beyond that. I have a hunch they will.
But do you think that's what happened? He lost his temper?
I think it just got to the point where inside, and Tony Snow's by far, I think, the most effective press secretary Bush has had.
Yeah, by the way, he's a lovely guy. I'm sure you know him better than I do. But.
Well, I know him a little bit because I live here in the heartland of Manhattan, but he's been a very effective press secretary. He can give and take with the press. He's comfortable with the substance of policy. I think in this case it just was enough already. I'm tired of this, and I think it came out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Talking with Jeff Greenfield from CNN here on the Imus in the Morning program. This Iraq study group. You may find this difficult to believe, but I actually understand why they did this, and that we needed some people with the stature of James Bacon and others on the committee to weigh in on what they could have asked you or me or Charles, and we would have told them the same thing. So it's not working.
I am frankly puzzled by a lot of what's in this study group report.
Well, tell me.
Because a lot of it is, it's like Will Rogers' solution to submarine warfare when he said, just heat up the ocean so hot that nobody can use a submarine. And somebody said, how do you do that? He said, look, I make policy, not implementation. You say to people, the Iraq, one and the same time they say the forces in Iraq have to get together and decide to stand up on their own and save their country. And the same report says, on the other hand, we found that the different groups within Iraq have really no interest in this. They're more interested in pursuing sectarian or tribal or political goals on their own than getting together. Okay, so I don't. If there's anybody who doesn't think that these competing forces have to stop killing each other, I don't know who they are. But the question is, well, how do you do that? And also, as a couple of people have pointed out, if you read this report, and maybe it's because it's the wise men and one woman who were looking for consensus. It seems to say to me, if I understand it right, well, you could pull back the number of troops, or you could temporarily increase the number of troops, what they call a surge. So if you're trying to look at this report and saying, here's what we do about it, it seems to me whatever you decide you want to do, you've got something in the report that says, well, you could do that. So I don't...
Oh, I see.
It's almost two different reports, and this is kind of like what journalists do. the critique of what's gone on is extremely powerful and written in strikingly stark language, particularly for a White House, not a White House, but a Washington consensus kind of diplomatic, high-powered group. But when you look at what you're supposed to do, and it's hard to fault the Iraq Study Group because I don't know anybody who has a clear path out, it seems to me it's awfully confusing, and in some cases contradictory. So I don't know what, and when Baker says, well, don't treat it like a fruit salad, picking one thing or another, how are you supposed to pick simultaneously a reduction in combat forces and maybe an increase in combat forces? So I read this thing and came away thinking, well, maybe it's just me. Maybe I don't get the nuances of this.
Oh, that's a good point.
You know, I don't know.
That's a great point.
You know, maybe you need to ask Ms. Mitchell or somebody who covers diplomacy and is more attuned to these folks than I am. But
the nuance, right?
Well, when push comes to shove, to use the cliche, I'd love to have somebody from the Iraq Study Group on your show, and have you ask them, okay, we read the report, or now, what do you want to be done? Take me through steps 1 to 4, because every step they recommend, there's a caveat. There's on the other hand, and we haven't even, the notion of taking combat troops out and leaving support troops. I think John McCain and General McCaffrey were pretty persuasive on this point. So what you're going to create, if you take the combat troops up and embed American troops with people who the report itself says are more loyal to the militias than to the government, seems to what you've got is a bunch of American hostages.
19 till the hour. Talking with Jeff Greenfield here on the Imus Main program. I talked with Tom Friedman yesterday, and he said essentially that this thing is over, and that we need to say to these people, we're leaving, let's just say, for the sake of this discussion, June 1st. And that y'all can continue this violence if you want, but we're not going to be part of it. And when we leave, in Mr. Friedman's phrase, you folks are going to be playing retail for your violence. So you can continue that, or you folks and the people in Iran and even Syria, we can all sit down and maybe we have something to chat about. So that seemed to make as much sense to me as anything I've heard.
Well, I was listening to Tom yesterday. What occurred to me is, I'll tell you a voice from a couple of years ago who almost looks prescient. I think it was 2 years ago.
I like that word.
Sorry.
I like it.
Okay, you like prescient?
Yes, Charles told me one time what it meant. So.
Yeah, I think it's a new Maserati, a Maserati prescient. Anyway, General William Odom, who was a retired general, said a couple of years ago, he was the first person, other than the folks on the reflexively pacifist left, who said, you know what we have to do? We have to get out. And it's going to be awful if we get out. But if we stay, it's going to be worse. I mean, and nobody, he was generally dismissed as, we can't possibly do that. And now you're thinking, well, what would have, if you could roll the clock back and say, had we done that 2.5 years ago, and said, look, you guys are just not, you're not up to this, we made serious mistakes, we misunderstood, we're out of here. I wonder if anybody's going to go back and try to figure out if General Odom, if his advice had been followed, whether it would have been any worse than where we are now. Now, look, there's a whole counter-argument. Great. So we leave, and the most likely result is in Iraq that is essentially an ally of Iran, who has a country that has ambitions in that region that don't really seem to me to be on track with, say, United States interests. And by the way, that report that Charles, didn't you just read a few minutes ago about some folks in Saudi Arabia?
Yes, I did.
Who were financing the Sunni insurgents?
Yep. A lot of money, apparently.
Well, and given where that money's gone in the past to madrasas all over the world to promote the most rigid form of Islam, the Wahhabism.
Yep.
So this may come down to an old piece of wisdom that maybe, I think I quoted this to you before, it seems so trivial, but there's a great song for the Music Man, He Doesn't Know the Territory, about a salesman. You got to know the territory. And I think the Brits could have told us this from about 85 years ago. I think the most devastating thing in this whole Iraq Study Group report, and it's been quoted widely, is that of 1,000 people in the embassy in Baghdad, we had 6 fluent Arabic speakers. And there's a oral history of this war in the Columbia Journalism Review, and there's one, I think, PR guy from the military who said, you know what our biggest flaw was? We didn't speak the language. So we had these guys in full military gear with automatic weapons busted into people's homes, screaming at them in a language that these people didn't understand. We thought we were going to win their hearts and minds that way.
That's about the best point made this program in a while. Quarter till the hour, talking with Jeff Greenfield. Well, we have Christmas and New Year's coming up, but you guys are horning in with something, right? When's Hanukkah?
Sometime coming up. And by the way...
Do you know when it is?
No, I don't know when it is.
Why don't you?
Because, look...
I asked Chernoff yesterday, I said, do you know when Hanukkah is? He said no.
Because, Hanukkah is a festival of lights. And I think it's not too much to say that in the United States, people of the Hebraic persuasion figured out that their kids were getting jobbed by not getting Christmas gifts. So instead of the traditional Hanukkah gelt, which is a little bit of money, we now give this stuff away. But, I'll tell you something. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking that perhaps in defense, some of us in the business of the Hebraic persuasion ought to start this phony Fox News war on Hanukkah. You don't tell me a happy holiday, buddy. I want happy Hanukkah.
Yeah.
I want a dreidel.
I want a
50-story dreidel in Rockefeller Center. If we can light a Christmas tree, it seems to me we can have a dreidel. Maybe the Washington Monument could be painted to look like one. It's kind of vaguely in that shape anyway. Just turn it upside down.
That'll be fine. I was talking with my wife last night about organized religion, which I don't support and think is absurd. I said organized religion is designed so that people can be an a-hole 6 days a week.
Well, yeah, it's an interesting point. With that thesis, I'm surprised you're not more religious.
I resent that. Well, happy Hanukkah, kid.
Happy Merry Christmas, Merry Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, good holidays, and I'll be out in California most of the winter. I'm teaching this winter at the university in Santa Barbara. But
Peyton Manning for the Sony HD Test Drive.
Confused about HD TV? I was. The Sony HD Test Drive makes choosing the right television set a snap. Let the Sony HD Test Drive representatives help you do a side-by-side comparison where you'll learn how to choose a great HD TV and get everything you want for watching football or any sport. Whether it's the sleek, flat-panel Bravia LCD or the award-winning Sony Grand Vega SXRD TV, you're getting Sony High Definition, the world's most powerful HD experience. You'll see for yourself why a sports fan's best friend is a Sony HD TV. Take the Sony HD Test Drive this weekend at PC Richards & Son, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday and Sunday.
Come on in for a test drive at select locations or take a virtual spin online at Sony.com/HDTV. That's Sony.com/HDTV. Sony, like no other. Come see why.
Did you know, by law, minimum credit card payments are now double? If credit card debt is ruining your life, call Debt Relief of America. With one free 5-minute phone call, they can show you how to eliminate up to 60% of your credit card debt. That includes principal and interest. They will negotiate with your creditors to save you thousands of dollars in interest, penalties, and late fees.
PRA worked with my creditors and cut my debt in half. I considered bankruptcy and divorce. I was fortunate enough to find Debt Relief of America. Now I can see myself being able to enjoy life again. I consider their help one of the best presents I've ever received.
Call now for a free, no-obligation consultation. Relief is our middle name. People just like you saved over $15 million in credit card bills. We can do the same for you. Call 800-732-7092. Not available in all states. That's 800-732-7092. 800-732-7092.
Okay, here come the holidays. A 6-week endless parade of impractical presents, goofy gifts, and sweaters no one ever wears. But there's one gift you'll really like and really use, a Philips Norelco electric shaver. Now, I don't care if you ask for a Philips Norelco shaver for the holidays, or if you buy it for yourself, just get your hands on one. I use the Smart Touch XL, which has 3 shaving rings per shaving head, giving you up to 50% more shaving surface. Of course, those are just words until you actually use the Smart Touch XL and feel how the entire shaving head pivots and flexes to the contours of your face. Believe me, this is the shave you never thought you could get. I look good. I don't feel like I need a shave after I've just had a shave. For a limited time, when you buy any specially marked Philips Norelco shaver, you'll get up to $500 in savings on other high-tech Philips products like plasma TVs and home theater systems. Simplicity is starting the new year right with a Philips Norelco electric shaver. It's bound to be the best gift you'll get this holiday season. Get to your nearest Best Buy or BestBuy.com and wrap up the wow.
The holidays are all about giving. So in the spirit of the season, Patio.com is a free $500
gift for you. That's right, $500. Hurry in now for Patio.com's free holiday gift giveaway. Buy a Brunswick pool table and receive a free $500 gift certificate. Spend it on yourself or find the perfect gift for someone else. Pool tables now starting as low as $12.99, and Brunswick foosball tables are under $500. But you better hurry. With prices this low, they won't last long. Find the guaranteed lowest prices in over 100 styles of Brunswick pool tables, poker tables, bars, ping pong, air hockey, arcade video games, and much more. At Patio.com, it's all fun and games because you can't lose with a free $500 gift certificate. And with Brunswick's lifetime warranty, you can enjoy a lifetime of fun. Patio.com is the country's #1 Brunswick billiards and furniture dealer. Get guaranteed delivery in time for Christmas. Interest-free financing available. Call 1-800-PATIO-COM for directions to any of our showrooms or visit us on the web at patio.com.
I'm Patty Pileup with the Fan Highway Patrol, brought to you by Yahoo. It's Yahoo's best answers of 2006, tackling the year's toughest questions like, should you wait to refinance your house? Go to yahoo.com and click on Answers. On Long Island, Southern State Parkway westbound, in between Deer Park Avenue and Wellwood Avenue, it's stop and go because of a minor accident, being pushed off onto the right shoulder. Tow is on the scene. That should be out of there shortly. We're up to 2-hour delays at LaGuardia Airport on arrivals. It's due to these high winds out there. You have to call your carrier. JFK and Newark still say they're okay, but check with your airline if you have a flight today. In Queens, Broadway and 102nd Street, water main still keeping all lanes closed. Belt Parkway eastbound after the Verrazano accident is now blocking the left lane. And over to New Jersey on 17 southbound at Ridgewood Avenue, on-ramp is closed due to a disabled trailer truck. 30th in Lincoln and George, 15 at the Holland. The morning forecast. Partly cloudy, maybe some snow. I'm Patty Pileup with the Fan Highway Patrol.
Well, you've been a silly hour here in the Imus program, and we've gone an hour and 52 minutes since I learned there was an autism report about the watered-down sissy boy Combating Autism Act that was passed because they wanted to get something passed, you know. And they ran a report last night on the NBC Nightly News, which Bigfoot has racked up, and I haven't run it.
Racked up and ready at a button push.
All I got to do is say Bigfoot roulette, and when I say that, it's going to be on.
And you have resisted this for some time now. Congratulations, I-Man.
Because I told my wife last night, I said, I'm done with these bastards. And, you know, you screw me once and then don't do it again. So, and I feel myself slipping now. So let's go to Senator Edward Kennedy. We'll try it again here. Please welcome to the program from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, Senator Edward Kennedy. Good morning, Senator Kennedy.
Yes, indeed. Good morning to you, I-Man. A matter of great consequence faces us at this hour, Mr. Imus. Basically, it is this. This glass here of mine is half empty, as I view it. Others might interpret its condition as half full.
Sure.
I do not. I would like the situation corrected by somebody around here as expeditiously as possible. Now, the other item occupying this senator's time and thoughts so much at this time, this difficult time in our lives, is how can I get that little blonde number who's prancing around here like some kind of elfin forest sprite lust leprechaun. Yes, that one right over there. There is a No Child Left Behind candidate if I ever saw one. If I could ask you to be serious for just a moment, Mr. Imus. The Iraq Study Group finally released its findings this week that represented months of arduous, exhausting labor. My colleagues and I, who've been so anxious over this war, had been actually anxious to see the conclusions of these 10 learned and creative minds until we, saw them. I mean, Jesus, Mary, Joseph, and Zeke, are you kidding me? You've got a former Secretary of State, a former Supreme Court Justice, Attorney General, guy who was a White House Chief of Staff, former Secretary of Defense, all charged with making a forward-looking, independent assessment of the situation in Iraq. And the basic conclusion they arrive at is, and I quote, U.S. policy is not working? Well, what was your first clue there, Socrates? The 55,000 people lying in the streets of Baghdad with Black & Decker holes in their heads? Or the Islamic world's largest rental fleet of car bombs? It's working great. The reason no one was ever able to connect the dots is because the dots are all flying turbines, for God's sake. But then what can we expect? You saw who was on the commission. Sandra Day O'Connor. I mean, to put it as tactfully as I possibly can, there's a reason she's no longer on the Supreme Court. Her robe had become a drool bib. And Lawrence Eagleberger, He looks like the sole surviving representative of something you'll find in the Galapagos Islands. All Alan Simpson wants to do is a 10 p.m. set at a comedy club. William Perry looks like he'd jump out of his skin if he saw his own shadow.
Amen.
And I think Vernon Jordan never got over being asked not to audition for Stomp. Throw Tony Blair of Great Britain in the mix, an individual who would rather decorate Iraq than democratize it, and you might as well stick a gun in your mouth. So, to that end, ask not, as Time magazine did this week, whether President Bush will be able to find an exit. Ask, rather, whether the genius will be able to identify the exit he should use. The one promoted so nobly by Jack Kevorkian, marked final. Thank you very much.
Senator Edward Kennedy here in the Imus in the Morning program. Let me talk to you about Lumber Liquidators now. Lumber Liquidators carries one of the largest inventories of pre-finished and unfinished hardwood floors on the planet. You know who I talked to yesterday, Charles? Bob Menerick.
You're kidding.
You know, Field Communications.
Bob, my God.
With an enormously successful phone outfit.
Yep.
They put in these phone systems at big companies and stuff.
Huge. Yep.
And they're doing it for the new ranch office over Manhattan.
He's a good guy.
He is a good guy.
He really is.
And so is Lumber Liquidators. They're laying the floor over there. And hardwood floors. 80 locations nationwide. Most of them warehouse locations. So, you know, they're not burdened with a high dollar rent or lease situation. They can pass those savings on to you there. 99 cents a square foot. What did I say? Oh, well, I said 99 cents a square foot. That's what I said. 1-800-FLOORING, and go to lumberliquidators.com and get one of their brochures. Well, Deirdre came home from the hospital. She has her center there, and she with this jug of, or this thing of cold FX. And I said, who gave you this? She said, David Jers or Mark Messy, one of them. And it's this stuff from Canada that you take. It's all natural deal, ginseng or something. And it boosts your immune system and keeps you from getting sick. And then let's say you do get it. You start taking it if you feel like you got a cold coming on. And they have this booster pack you take, and it'll certainly cut the duration of any illness you might suffer, a cold, that kind of thing. But take it on a regular basis, get your immune system jacked up there where you'll be like Barry Bonds. Well, not, you know what I mean. No. Immune system will. No. Cold FX available almost everywhere. Go to coldfx.com, find out more about it.
Mid-December means it's time for market players to close out their positions for 2006 and begin preparing for a profitable 2007. This week's Barron's helps them to do so with its special report. Outlook 2007. What's ahead for stocks, bonds, and mutual funds? Barron's sits down with 9 of the smartest strategists on the street. What do they see coming for the new year? Read all about it this weekend in Barron's. Elsewhere in this issue, Barron's rates the prospects of an out-of-favor contender in the telecom arena. After being battered by the competition, Barron's thinks this outfit could be ready for a comeback. In another story, Barron's looks at a medical equipment maker that's also getting back into fighting shape and is looking like a champ. And Barron's takes a measure of a media company that may have seen its best rounds and that may soon find itself on the ropes. This week and every week, Barron's delivers financial ideas and insights that you won't find anywhere else. Pick up a copy this weekend at a newsstand. Barron's, see what others don't.
I want to let you in on a little secret, but before I do, could all you car dealers, bankers, and credit card companies switch over to the All Sappy Love Songs All Day Long stations? Good. For the rest of you, here's the secret. FreeCreditReport.com. If you know your credit score going in, you may be able to cut a better deal on car loans, refis, even credit cards. And you'll find your free credit score and report at FreeCreditReport.com. That's the secret. Get your free credit score and report with enrollment in Triple Advantage at FreeCreditReport.com. Get the score.
The Giants look to get back in the win column this Sunday when they hit the road to face the Carolina Panthers. Game time is 1 p.m. with Giants Game Day at 11:30. This is Bob Hoffa. Join me along with Dave Jennings and Dick Lynch for all the play-by-play exclusively on your flagship station for Giants football, The Fan, Sports Radio 66, WFAN, New York.
Will you be watching when the Suns make us wonder if scoring 200 is so impossible? When we see a battle at the Staples Center with no visiting team? When the Bulls prove that younger is just another word for hungrier? Will you be watching when the Spurs show us 12 men can play with one heart? Will you be watching watching when?
Will you be watching when? The NBA on ESPN. Arenas and the Wizards face Iverson and the Sixers, followed by Wade and the Heat versus Carmelo and the Nuggets. Coverage begins tonight at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN.
This is the Imus in the Morning radio program on WFAN New York, streaming at WFAN.com. It is 8 o'clock Eastern time and time for some of the headline stories. Front pages, Washington Post, New York Times, both of them. Stories that the president does not plan to embrace the Iraq Study Group's report in total. Mr. Bush reportedly has problems, particularly with a couple of points involving Iran and Syria in diplomatic roles with Iraq, and also setting a timetable to bring the troops home. Today, the president will be meeting with congressional leadership now as he considers how further to respond to the plan. Yesterday, the president called the war in Iraq a difficult period of history for the United States and Great Britain.
He would resign and Cheney. Maybe we could just persuade him to do that. We'd be stuck with Nancy Pelosi, wouldn't we?
And in Iraq.
So there's no good answer here, is there?
Well, it's extraordinarily difficult, certainly.
Now, what if my guy had been elected?
No, who knows?
Well, a pretty good
Everything
idea.
would be the same, except we'd be paying more taxes, that's all.
Yeah. So, there's just no good answer, period, from anybody, is there?
As I said, I don't know what you do. It's way above my abilities.
Come home. Let them all kill each other. Get the regional civil war. Let's get it on.
Follow the Tom Friedman doctrine.
Yeah, let's do it.
You want to pay retail for your violence? We're not going to be there while you do it. So, anyway, go ahead, Joe.
Mr. Bush said that he hopes to follow at least some of the Iraq Study Group's recommendations to draw down U.S. troops by early 2008, but doing so depends on variables.
I don't get the exact words, but it was along the lines that, depending upon conditions, I believe is what the qualifier was, and I thought that made a lot of sense. I've always said we'd like our troops out as fast as possible.
Prime Minister Blair said the only realistic path to security in Iraq would be by spreading liberty, adding that the study group's report allows the United States and Britain to evolve their strategy.
I think it is important now we concentrate on the elements that are necessary to make sure that we succeed, because the consequences of failure are severe.
And I say what we just learned. What? He's not the father of Mary Cheney's baby.
That's hurtful, I bet. Australia's Prime Minister John Howard says he, too, wants to get his country's troops out of Iraq, but says he won't be held, as he put it, won't be held hostage to a particular date. Howard's comments in a broadcast interview today, coming in response to a question about the Baker-Hamilton report. Prime Minister Howard's government has been a staunch ally in Iraq despite widespread opposition to the war at home there. We'll have more coming up. It's now 3 minutes after the hour.
It's the best of Joseph A. Bank. A huge selection of top coats, sport coats, and blazers, $149. The entire stock of executive suits, regularly $495. Now, $198. How about a huge selection of leather and suede jackets, $179. Plus, all micro suede bomber jackets, an incredible $99. Consider all lamb's wool and all cashmere sweaters, 60% off. Select cotton sport shirts, $29. Even every executive collection dress shirt, including pinpoint, only $29. It's incredible prices at Joseph A. Bank. Like top coats, sport coats, and blazers, only $149. Now through Saturday.
In Edgewater, Paramus Summit, Westfield, Comac, Woodbury, Stanford, 46th and Madison, Hoboken, and coming soon to Rye.
Around the holidays, it feels like everyone in New York and New Jersey is traveling to the same place at the same time. We can't make holiday lines disappear, but at the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, we are coming up with more ways to make your travel a little bit easier. All lanes at our tunnels and bridges have Easy Pass, and you can use Easy Pass to pay for parking at our airports. Then there's our air train service, a convenient and affordable way to beat the traffic to Kennedy and Newark Liberty International airports with easy connections to and from mass transit. We've built new terminals at the airports, expanded ticketing and baggage areas, and added more shops and restaurants. We have more customer care agents than ever at our airports, the bus terminal, and the PATH system. They're the people in the red jackets with only one job, to help you get where you want to go. For more ways to ease your holiday travel, check out our website at panyj.info. The Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. Look what we're doing.
5 minutes after the hour here in the Imus and Wayne program on the radio all over the country and on MSNBC. Fred Imus will talk to him about that big cutting horse competition he was involved in. I understand that he did fairly well.
He was among the competitors, right?
And then everybody's favorite guest and mine, Terry Bradshaw, is coming up. And I've, my wife had told me last night, which sort of concerns me, but we were playing I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry yesterday.
Yeah.
From Terry's album. And it didn't sound bad.
Actually, of everything that Terry has done, that particular number is about as good as he's going to get.
So to continue to play these various cuts of his, particularly from the Christmas album, in an effort to humiliate and make Terry make him feel bad, is something that I'm just an avenue I'm not willing to continue to go down.
Enough is enough.
You're making a great stride today, I must say.
So, I learned a couple of hours ago that on the idiotic NBC Nightly News last night, they ran a report on this watered-down, compromised Combating Autism Act that they're all running around, jumping up and down, patting themselves on the back for getting passed, which is insulting. And I've learned that package is available for me to run
at a moment's notice.
But I've been trying to exhibit some discipline because I told my wife last night it's just enough. So, but here's my new plan.
What now? God only.
How about if I run it, but don't say anything?
How about if we ask the thermonuclear reactions of the sun to suddenly cease?
It'd be like putting a plate of food in front of Rob and Larry and see if they don't eat it.
That's nuts.
It's not going to happen.
Over with the mouth-breathing nitwits at Fox, which they would have no numbers if it doesn't have some hoe there with doing a Sharon Stone impression and a pretty good lead-in. They were making fun of our guy David Gregory. Why don't you roll some of that, Bigfoot?
David Gregory's trying to be Sam Donaldson. Sam Donaldson was able to take his cantankerous attitude with Ronald Reagan and became a network anchor, a network personality. He made a career out of it. It's all about David Gregory. It's never about the issue with that guy. And I watch this almost every day, and when we don't carry it live, I can watch it on the closed circuit that we have here at the station because we pull in the feed. And David Gregory talks to Tony Snow as if he wants to be famous, and he wants John Kerry and Al Gore to be reelected.
Okay. Here to respond to that is David Gregory. Good morning, Mr. Gregory.
Good morning, I'm-Man. How are you?
Hey, I came to your defense this morning. Did you hear that, or paying out?
I didn't hear that, no.
Okay, well, I pointed out it wasn't my job to defend you, but I did think it was over the line. I'll be serious here for a minute. To accuse you, in fact, they talked about it last night, Jon Stewart did on a Daily Show, to accuse you of being partisan when you were simply reading a quote to Mr. Snow, and Jon Stewart pointed out that maybe Mr. Snow took offense at your inflection as you read the words of the quote. And then I was talking to Jeff Greenfield this morning, and he seems to think that maybe Tony just simply lost his temper. So
yeah,
but you're already famous, aren't you?
You look, I don't pay any attention to this honestly. I'm not concerned about what Fox says, or
Are you concerned about what I say?
No, not as it pertains to this. Look, I mean, this is, just to continue to be serious for a minute, this is tough stuff. I mean, we've lost 2,900 kids, 21,000 soldiers, troops injured in this war. I mean, Tony Snow and I are not going in there to hold hands. There are tough questions to be asked. I think that we all ask them. It's not just me, but my colleagues ask them. And it's his job to respond or not to respond or to accuse us of various things. I mean, they do what they have to do, and I don't take any of it personally. We're not trying to make it easy for either one of us. And he's an aggressive and staunch defender of the president's policies. That's his job. My job is to go in there and ask questions. I don't have an agenda. I'm merely, I think, putting some stark facts in front of the White House for them to respond to, and I don't make any apology for doing that. So, people will say what they say, and that's fine, but I'll just keep doing what I think is expected of me.
You're not going to cry, are you?
No.
You sound like you're going to cry, doesn't it, Charles?
Sound like it's right at the point of a breakdown.
You know what part of it is? Can I just? What part of it is that as I look at my TV monitor, there are tears that come to my eyes because you look like a piece of juicy fruit gum. I don't know. For those you still do have legions of people who listen to you on the radio, and thankfully they're driving or they're in their homes and they're listening and they don't have an opportunity to see you. Because if they did, they would see that you're on some sort of strike where you are growing your hair until you look like Adam, apparently. And then this shirt. I mean, what's interesting is that you have attacked me on, the button in the back. Is that for easy release? What is that? But, I mean, you've attacked me incessantly for wearing some patterns, and then you come in here like Jacob and the Technicolor Dreamcoat. What? I just don't understand.
It's a Wrangler cowboy shirt. Now, you'll have to deal with it, that's all.
Okay.
And the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo going on in Las Vegas. Round 8 tonight. And
yeah, no, I'm looking forward. Also, do you know about this horse race in Santa Fe?
No, round 8 was last night. I'm sorry. What?
The horse race in Santa Fe, too, I'm looking forward to. Did you know about that?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. Good, because I haven't heard you talk about it much this morning. God. I mean, Don, the people who care could fit into a station wagon. Okay? Right. Can I just point that out?
No.
You're playing to a wide audience.
I understand that.
Okay.
But the Great Santa Fe Horse Race is going to be a great event in the western part of this country.
No, it's true. It's great. But you know what this is about?
Raising money for the Imus cattle ranch for kids with cancer.
No, that is great. But I think that Charles would back me up on this.
You sound? Did you hear that, Charles? Yeah, that's great.
No,
you evil bastard.
Yeah, great. Partisan and elitist.
Yeah, you're partisan and you elitist weasel.
For a moment. Yeah. I think, Charles, you would acknowledge that because Don has exercised this discipline and not playing the tape,
yes,
and speaking about the Combating Autism Act, that he is perhaps channeling his energies into other areas this morning.
Yeah.
Do you think that might be true?
That could be true, though somehow the morning is still young.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway,
what do you have any point to make about this Iraq study group and the president's reaction, or no?
Well, I do think it's interesting that a lot of people are focused on what the president's going to do now, and is he going to make significant changes? And I think there's really not that much room to maneuver. If you listen to what the president has said over the past 2 weeks and what they've said publicly and privately, in terms of telegraphing what he will and won't do, there's not a lot of room to maneuver. The president has made it very clear he's not going to pull troops out on any kind of timetable. He even threw some cold water on the idea of any kind of deadline, even as a goal, saying it has to be conditions-based. He's been very cool to the idea of this wider diplomatic offensive in terms of direct talks with Iran and Syria. So what is it that he's going to do? There's really not much new that he can do. I'm sure they'll take some new diplomatic steps. They may change our military posture somewhat without necessarily adding new troops, could move troops to Baghdad. And they'll probably put more benchmarks, more pressure points on the Maliki government. But that's really the ballgame. People talk about significant changes. The only big change that he could make is to pull troops out now or to announce a deadline to get troops out of there. And he's made it very clear, unless he turns on a dime, that he's not prepared to do that.
Ain't going to happen.
Now, do you think Tony Blair's gay?
What is the matter with you?
Nothing. It's just a simple question, yes or no?
I'm not even going to entertain that question.
You know what you ought to be looking at?
Yeah.
Into.
Aside from you?
Yeah. Who's the daddy of Mary Cheney's baby? That's what we want to know.
There's your investigation.
There's what you ought to be trying to get to the bottom of.
Penetrate that question.
Yeah, because apparently on even of semi-serious notes, causing some folks in the Republican Party some difficulty, I guess, having to deal with that. Shouldn't, but in my view. But whatever. Do you know it's not you, right?
This might be a good time to play that nightly news piece on Autism Act.
Well, you would think that you would be grateful that I took it upon myself to, not that I needed to, not that you need someone to do it for you, but vigorously defended your behavior because I think it was over the line to challenge your
journalistic integrity. I really do. So.
Well, I didn't take it that way, but I appreciate your support.
Your thoughts, Mullah David?
Oh, no.
Just set your shoe on fire in the shovel, okay? All right. Well, see, you don't celebrate Christmas, do you? Don't you? The Hanukkah deal, right, or something?
Yeah, and Christmas.
Oh, you do?
No. Yeah, they put up a tree and everything.
Oh, you do?
Don't you, Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good. All right, well.
Ecumenism alive.
Yes.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah.
Does that mean we won't speak before then, or are you
No, we probably will. Yeah.
marking the season?
No, it's just...
Okay. Merry Christmas.
Nah, baby.
And
David Gregory here on the Imus in the Morning program. This was actually pretty good, Terry Bradshaw. Ever have trouble remembering names? Can't find your car keys? What happened? What's her name? Think having this PS stuff leak out your head there, you know? Need to jack it up with Neuro PS, which you can get at Vitamin World. Most foods don't have much of it, but you can get what you need in these Neuro PS capsules. In studies conducted at major universities, they found that taking PS improved cognitive performance, learning, and memory. Vitamin World Neuro PS, a concentrated source of PS, to help replenish PS levels that, you know, you can slip out your gourd there. Go to Vitamin World and pick up a jug of this Neuro PS. Gave the Tosimo machine this morning to Paul Bagala so he can wake up. Now, you don't know about RFDT. Well, we've been down that road. So he'll get the Tosimo hot beverage system, which is a neat gift, something maybe you think about giving to somebody.
Just in the nick of time, in his case.
Yeah, from Braun and Kraft. It's a hot beverage system. Featuring the full-bodied flavor of Seattle's best breakfast blend coffee and Henry's blend, and the bold flavor of Tasso Weight Black Tea, and the comfort of your kitchen. One Barbie cup at a time. The Tosimo machine is available nearly everywhere, and it'll make anything. Well, the coffee, tea, espresso, hot chocolate, cappuccino, latte, real milk, and all that. Go to Tossimo.com, Tassimo, and find out where that is at and get one.
Alrighty, a short paragraph about myself. I was born on a rainy night some 35 years ago aboard Father's schooner in stormy seas.
Having trouble creating a profile online that is going to attract the attention of your soulmate? How about doing it a different way? How about falling in love from the inside out? At eHarmony.com, you don't have to come up with witty one-liners that distill your life into a paragraph.
Page 4. As a small child, I enjoyed sitting on grandfather's knee while he whittled small woodland creatures out of driftwood and ate prunes.
At eHarmony.com, our scientific personality profile does the work for you by matching you based on 29 inside dimensions of compatibility proven to be crucial for a great relationship. Visit eHarmony today and start the ball rolling with your $50 personality profile. Yours free when you visit eHarmony today.
Pick up the phone.
Hello?
Where are you?
I'm kind of run down, so I stayed home.
Aren't you my immune system?
Right. I'm kind of beat.
Look, I'm counting on you. The big New York meeting.
You know, holding the phone's making me tired.
What?
So I'm going to go lay down now.
I need you.
Can't afford the downtime? At the first sign of a cold, take new Cold FX capsules to strengthen your immune system and keep you going strong. Cold FX, the #1 cold remedy in Canada, is now available here. Find Cold FX in the cough and cold section of your local pharmacy.
So let's say you go shopping, and you walk into the first store you come to.
The store says, hey, no need to shop those other stores. We'll give you our price and theirs too. What do you think? That would save you time, but then you come to your senses. How do you really know if you're getting the best deal?
Car insurance websites that promise multiple rate quotes can't speak for Geico. Shop for yourself at geico.com. 15 minutes could save you 15%.
With the Fan Highway Patrol, brought to you by Getty. Get to Getty for the 2006 Getty Corvette Carrier with 3 die-cast Corvette collectibles, working lights, realistic engine sounds, and more, only at participating Getty stations while supplies last. Up to 2-hour delays on arrivals at LaGuardia Airport due to high winds. In Connecticut, southbound on 95, lots of volume in between exit 18 in Westport and 13 in Darien. Cross Bronx, westbound between Westchester Avenue and Jerome Avenue. We have a disabled truck. It's blocking the center lane, so a lot of slow traffic there. And eastbound, you're busy in between the GWB and Jerome Avenue. Westside Highway, both directions at Liberty Street. Expect some delays. There are some traffic lights that aren't working. Long Island Railroad, West Hempstead Branch, 30-minute delays both directions. That's because of signal problems. 20-minute delays over at the Holland inbound, 30 at the Lincoln and George. The Imus the morning forecast, partly sunny, windy, maybe some flurries. 18 degrees and fair in Central Park. I'm Patty Pilot with the Fan Highway Patrol.
21 after the hour here in the Imus the morning program on the radio all over the country and on MSNBC. Fred Imus and Terry Bradshaw both coming up, but please now welcome to the Imus morning program. One of my favorite blues singers, Blind Mississippi White Boy, P.P. Supreme. Morning, Peace.
Morning, boy. How y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
I got very excited. I got a new album coming out.
What's that red vest? What's that all about?
That's my trademark. My trademark red vest.
You've never worn it before?
Well, it was in the cleaner.
Okay.
It was back in the day when I used to be a porter for the B&O Railroad. You could only ride it if you had body odor. I got a new album out called Camel Toe Neath the Mistletoe.
Called what?
Camel Toe Neath the Mistletoe. It's a Christmas album. Got some great Christmas tunes like I married a deaf and dumb woman so I could finally have a silent night. Got all I want for Christmas is my $2 you borrowed. Dance at a brown-nosed reindeer. Couldn't get used to Rudolph stopping short. My girlfriend's out of town, so I'll be home for Christmas. All of it. You know the good ones like Johnny U-Log and the Eggnogs? They did that hit, I Got Shiny Balls Hanging Beneath My Christmas Tree. Remember that one?
No, I don't.
That was a good one. Got one for the Jewish people?
Yes?
Yes. Put down that dreidel, baby. Let me trim your Hanukkah bush. Remember that one? That was Menorah Schnorrer and the Memphis Maccabees had a big hit with that one. Long time ago. Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, the creature was stirring, 'cause I done shot 'em all.
Well, they was home.
They was home. They was home. Melvin, the Christmas joy boy, was born way up at the North Pole, but you never guess where we found him. Stuck in Richard Gere's. Ask anybody about this new album, and they will tell you that it is the greatest Christmas album ever recorded, and it got a big hit like this here. Well, it's Christmas time in the city, and it's my favorite time of year. Snow is falling and it looks so pretty, but I ain't feeling no Christmas cheer. Instead of coming down my chimney, he came out the closet, so I think Santa Claus may be a queer. He's singing show tunes instead of carols, wearing a red velvet negligee. Left his workshop at the North Pole and Santa moving to Santa Fe. What?
What?
He leaving the North Pole with Santa moving to Santa Fe.
Oh, okay.
That's an enclave for the homosexual community.
Okay.
Yeah. Turns out Santa's got another beard and it's his old lady. Feeling pretty sick 'cause I suspect St. Nick is gay. Wearing fishnet Christmas stockings.
Oh, no.
He redecorated my Christmas tree. Said, is that a candy cane in your pocket? Or you just happen to see me? He just a bit too merry in that red fur stocking cap. Dance around like a sugar plum fairy. I sure ain't sitting on his lap. Well, it's time for Christmas carols. Sleigh bells ringing, dashes through the snow. But Kris Kringle's donned his gay apparel, so be careful when you stand beneath that mistletoe. Or you just might face St. Nick got you over a barrel, 'cause Santa Claus is a ho-ho-ho-ho-mo.
That's unfortunate.
That is not good. 25 after the hour here at the Imus Morning program on the radio all over the country and on MSNBC. Please welcome now from Tucson, Arizona, my brother Fred Imus, the star of Outlaw Country on Sirius LA Radio. Good morning, Fred.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Hey, you think Sirius and XM are going to merge? What are you talking about that?
I believe they will.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they won't keep. I probably won't have a job in the election.
I don't know. Why wouldn't you?
Well, I don't know. XM, their country stations all suck, you know. I mean, Sirius has got a lot better country stations.
Okay. How'd you
What
do
would that mean?
Now, this cutting horse competition you went to.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about this.
Well, I'd never showed. This is the first time I'd ever showed a horse, you know. So the other people that I was competing against, they do that all the time, show their horses, you know. So I was 5th out of 11 horses in that class I was in.
That's not bad, is it?
No, it's not bad, and I made a mistake, which I would have won it if I hadn't made a mistake, you know. You have to, you know, the cows are at one end of the pen and the judge is at the other.
Yeah.
When you cut the cow out, you have to drive it, put it in front of the judge.
Right.
Well, I didn't do that. As soon as I got the cow clear of the herd, I dropped my hand and Sammy went to work. But if I had broke that rule, I'd have probably won.
Why didn't you make yourself aware of what the rules were?
I knew what the rules were, but I was so nervous, you know.
Oh.
But I was so happy to get that cow cut out of the herd.
Right.
I let her go to work, you know.
Did you get the cow cut out you wanted?
I got the cow cut out that was available.
Oh, I see. So you're not.
There will come a day when people hate to see me show up with that horse.
So how did you stay on? I guess you stayed on fine.
Yeah, cutting horses aren't that hard to ride if you keep them correct.
Right.
But if they're not correct, they're impossible to ride.
Right.
She knows what to do, you know. All I have to do is stay out of her way. But she knows.
Had your shoulder turned the right way and all that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, congratulations.
Yeah,
what?
Huh?
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Why is it so difficult to have a phone conversation with you? Kind of just...
Because it's breaking up a little bit.
What phone are you on, a cell phone?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I don't have... That's the only phone I have.
A lot of people do that. You know that, Charles?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, the reason is I was never using the other phone for anything.
Right.
So I just got rid of it. There's no point in paying a bill that you're not even using the phone. You know what I'm saying?
That's smart, yep.
Now, you're doing Outlaw Country on Sirius Satellite Radio Channel 63 on the weekends.
Right.
Fred's Trailer Park Bash, right?
Yes, sir.
With you and old Missy and Buckskin.
Yep.
Would you...
That's the best business. You know, Outlaw Country is the most listened to channel on Sirius Radio.
It's the most what?
Listened to channel on Sirius.
How about Howard Stern?
Is he still on there?
Of course he is.
They can't even get anybody to listen to him for nothing.
Oh, well, that's not true. But anyway, did you, would you consider playing a Terry Bradshaw record on Outlaw Country?
If I had that one you just played, I would play it, but I don't have a copy of it, so I can't play it. But I'd play it next week if I had it.
Not bad, is it?
No, it's fine. You know, that's a great song. It's pretty hard to ruin that song. And he actually did a good job on it, but if I had that record, I'd play it.
What do you think, Charles?
Well, I think it's the best of what we're probably going to get from Mr. Bradshaw, who, by his own admission, is not a singer. And that particular rendition, I think Fred is right, it's difficult to mess that up. And that one provokes neither hysterical laughter nor cringing at the horror of it all. You just kind of accept it. He's not a singer. He admits that, and I think he just wanted to make that admission emphatic.
I don't think that last part is necessary. See, my situation with Terry is that I feel bad about trying to play records to make him embarrass him and make him feel bad, and so...
And you should. It's been cruel.
But he doesn't have to be embarrassed by that version of that song.
I didn't think so either.
I'd play it. If I get a copy of it, I'll be playing it.
It is the best of the lot of the Bradshaw albums that we have on hand.
Well, I'm sure.
It's not available on like Amazon.com or any of those places, yeah?
What?
Just not available on the, you can't buy that album.
Well, maybe you'll get Lou to burn you a CD and send it to you.
I'll copy it for you, Fred.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, anytime.
Merry Christmas. Well, speaking of Terry, he's coming up next, Fred. So.
Hey, I wonder, you know how those NASCAR guys paint their cars up, you know, sponsors?
Yeah.
Wasn't there be any upside to me, you know, like putting Wrangler and Nikon and all that stuff on that horse's butt? Because it costs a lot to go show a horse.
No, I understand.
Think there'd be any upside for them?
No. But congratulations on your
fine outing. Absolutely.
Listen, they got a big competition coming up end of December. And they videotape those. You want to videotape?
Yes.
Sure.
What do you wear? Do you wear a cowboy hat?
Yes, I do.
You wear chaps?
Oh, I'm going to wear them. You know, they wear chaps because it helps you stay in the saddle.
You wear the ones come down over your boots so they can't see you jacking a horse around with your feet?
Well, see, guys that have to kick their horse, that horse ain't trained. I can cut a cow on this horse with no spurs. I can cut a cow on this horse with no boots on. I can cut a cow on this horse with nothing on her head, no bridle on.
Can you cut a cow on that horse with no pants on?
I could, yeah, and I might get some chaps and just put no pants on. Just
I gotta go. I love you, Fred. I'll see you.
I love you, bud.
Out where the bright lights are glowing, you're drawn like a moth to the flame.
This is not bad, Charles.
You laugh while the wine's overflowing.
Unfortunate.
While hearts whisper your name. Four walls to hear me.
Sounds nice.
Four walls to see.
See, the way Roll doesn't know, does good. Bradshaw's next.
You can see the good life all around you. The people with the bigger house, the fancy cars. It seems like everyone's living the American dream, except you. Well, what if you could start making the money you deserve with an internet business that virtually runs itself? Make cash even when you're sleeping by selling products you don't have to see, store, or even pay for. And what if you could get started for free? It's not too good to be true. It's a proven system from Internet Speedway. And once you get started, the computer does the work while you collect the cash. And while supply...
Markup. These diamonds are guaranteed to be priced at half the retail price. A diamond certification by the Gemological Institute of America will be faxed or mailed to you. For qualified buyers, your diamond will be sent to your home or office for a free 10-day no-obligation inspection. Upon your satisfaction, you then pay for your purchase and get a 60-day money-back guarantee. Empire Diamond, located in the Empire State Building for over half a century, guarantees the lowest priced diamonds, 10-day free inspection, and money-back guarantee. Save over half on your diamonds. Call 1-800-SAVE-HALF. That's 1-800-SAVEHALF. Visit us at dialadiamond.com.
If you're a business owner, whether you own a small shop or a large corporation, when it comes to building a new facility, the process can seem overwhelming. Concerned with getting the building you need on a limited budget? Call Anthem Steel for a pre-engineered steel building. When you look around, you'll see that more and more businesses, churches, and schools are using steel buildings to save time and money. You, too, can build with the quality of Anthem Steel, saving up to half the cost of conventional building methods. Large or small, your new building will be up and running quickly with your choice of exteriors like stacked stone, stucco, or rich and stately brick. For your free information, call 800-400-4204. Anthem Steel has the high-quality solution for almost any size you need. Before you give up, call Anthem Steel for your free information at 800-400-4204. For a church, school or gymnasium, manufacturing, warehousing, or retail buildings, call for your free information at 800-400-4204.
Well, we're here with CompUSA technology expert Meg Pixel.
Hi there, Bob. Oh, is your Grandma Rita coming for the holidays?
Well, coming and going. She's the fastest 95-year-old you've ever seen. She has racing stripes on her walker.
Wow, you should get her a notebook. It's perfect for someone on the move.
Oh, she needs a fast one.
Get her a 17-inch notebook with a 120-gig hard drive and a gig of memory. Right now at CompUSA, get one for just $699.99 after savings and rebate.
Old Rapid Rita will love it.
And CompUSA can help you give the gifts that go together with complete gift packs.
I like the sound of that.
Well, you buy a big item like a notebook and then save 10% on qualifying accessories when you buy 3 or more.
Like what?
Well, like software, an optical mouse, a carrying case, a wireless router, or a travel adapter.
Oh, that's great. Grandma Rita will be so happy, maybe she won't punch me.
Bob, your granny can beat you up.
The kids always tease me.
There are lots of complete gift packs to choose. See your local CompUSA for details.
She threw me and Grandpa Irv through a wall one time.
Ouch.
Do not tease her about her 3-bean salad.
Yo. It is 23 till the hour here in the Imus Morning program. On the radio all over the country and on MSNBC. By the way, Aaron Neville, God bless him, is scheduled to be on next week, but it's got some, well, it's a personal situation he has to deal with. And so I like him a lot. He's a nice man.
Oh, he's terrific.
Genius talent.
God, no kidding.
I want it to all work out for him. So
one of the unique voices and musicians ever.
Good person.
Yeah.
All right, please, another good person. Please welcome to the Imus Morning program from Fox Sports. One of the great quarterbacks in history of the National Football League, already in the Football Hall of Fame. Terry Bradshaw. Good morning, Mr. Bradshaw.
Fantastic. I tell it like it used to be. Remember that song?
No.
T. Graham Brown, you were talking about him 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
T. Graham Brown, one of the premier country voices ever. Just the fact that he's in his 50s, so he's history. But wow, what a great song. I actually found that CD about 3 weeks ago, stumbling through the old disregarded, just chunk them out, stack them up, and I bought that thing, brought it home. Golly, is that a good CD?
Can you turn the wine back into water?
Yes.
Isn't that a great song?
Oh man, I mean, this guy, doesn't he have a great voice?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, man, just a killer voice.
That's fine, man.
Disappointed that I didn't get to come on behind Mayor Nagin this morning. What happened? Where's the mayor?
We haven't talked to him this morning.
Wow, I miss him. I'm normally either behind the mayor or the Laughing Dogs or some kind of circus act, you know.
I'll tell you what we've done.
Yeah, I'll tell you what you've done. I'm going to tell you exactly what you've done. Let me tell you what you've done.
All right.
Let me tell you exactly what's happened to you.
No.
You got home and Mama said, leave the boy alone. Stop playing the Christmas album.
Right.
Or else. The once every 3 month routine we got going, over with, buddy. Do not be messing with my future husband. Yeah.
I don't know if that's exactly the way it went down, but...
Yeah, well, it's close to it, though, wasn't it? Leave him alone.
We could be in that area, yes.
Yeah, but now I'm got my feelings hurt because I'm used to you embarrassing me.
Oh, well, no, see...
Don't stop. I mean, don't stop.
That's just cheap and beneath even me, and I... You're a great guest. People love you.
Please,
and,
cheap and beneath you?
And all over this country, and
enough is enough.
Okay, well, I said, listen, June 1st, it's all set.
Sure.
Nashville is in an uproar. I got every songwriter in Nashville, all the major studios, everybody.
And you made
all comp. I don't have to spend a penny of my money, and we'll be in there June 1st for 8 days, laying down the new Christmas album, which, by the way, will not be for anybody. Stop it. You will get the only copy, okay? You're no good, man. God, there's Brent. Oh, you know that's cute. Now that's something a kid. That's cute. Shut up, Bernard. Shut up. Carl. Brown noser. I'm not the only. You know, I was thinking the other day. I said, if I get fired from Fox, it's good song. I said, what job could I possibly be qualified for?
All amongst the
I absolutely hate you. You're so good.
That's enough, Lou.
But I was thinking, what job am I qualified for? And of course, I love your show. I've been watching it for years, even long before I became a guest during football season.
Sure.
And I decided that the only job that I would excel at is Charles's job. Anybody can read, and nobody can suck up with the best of them. I mean, I can get down with it just like Charles does. I watched him. I've got the routine down. Oh, I just love David Gregory.
Come on.
He's the best. He's amazing. You're right, man.
This is an art form, Mr. Bradshaw. This is an art form.
Do you swallow? All right, I think I know what art form is, and now I got that down pretty good. Oh, and that David Gregory guy, you know what? I would like to meet him. He's a fascinating guy. He's a pretty solid guy. He interests me. He's a pretty sharp guy.
You know, his dad is a Broadway producer, fairly famous.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I could see you on Broadway.
You know what? It's funny you should bring that up.
Mincing around there.
You want to hear this?
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention the play, but I actually turned down this meeting with a very successful play on Broadway right now, has been for a couple of years, and I actually turned this thing down. I was supposed to meet and go over this and go to the play and meet with the director, its producers, and everything.
Chicago.
I just, no. I just stopped it. Don't even try.
Hairspray.
But I just decided that, kind of like, stop laughing, Charles, kind of like my music, can't sing, can't act, go to Broadway. Are you kidding me? I couldn't even remember the lines, let alone do the play, so I had to pull out of that. But that'd been kind of something different, wouldn't it?
It was Chicago.
Me on Broadway?
What part was it in Chicago?
It wasn't Chicago.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Well, because one of the guys...
it wasn't Chicago.
It wasn't a singing part.
Rob,
yes, hey, was that Bernard?
Yes.
It was a singing part. It was, believe it or not. Yes.
That's a lie.
Not a lie. Listen, I'm telling you.
Well, Rob Bartlett, who works on this program, is in Chicago currently.
Yeah, well,
so he knows it was you.
But it wasn't Chicago.
Yes, it was.
No, wasn't.
Talking with Terry Bradshaw from Fox Sports. And
Terry Bradshaw, Oh, yeah, Terry Bradshaw. He's great, man.
What was the deal with a hat, by the way?
He's the best guy. Oh, he's the best. Hey, he's bald. He's bald, man. He's bald. He's a beautiful bald man, man. I got it down.
What was the deal with the hat Sunday?
Do what?
What was the deal with the hat?
I've been sick, man, for 10 days, and it was cold as all get out. And when I got out of the car at the stadium, the trunk, it was a Suburban SUV, and the thing, when I pulled it up to get my bag out of the back, came back down and hit me on top of my head, gashed my head, and so, they couldn't, but had to get it to stop bleeding, and then it was a big old knot on my head, and so I had already planned on wearing a hat, but I would have definitely had to have worn it had I not been sick. But that's all that was. And
you looked like
obviously I won't be wearing it anymore because the consensus on your program is I look pretty stupid with it.
You look like an English queer.
English queer? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Who's that? Was that Dopey?
No, it was me.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Bernard.
But the name of the play, what was that? The Sound of Morons?
There's no reason to be mean to Terry here this morning.
No, he can't help it. Look at him sitting back there. He looks just like me, except he's skinnier.
Where are you guys going to be on Sunday?
We're in, Giants at Charlotte. We're at Carolina Panthers.
You have no clue, do you?
No, I have a clue. I got it right here in front of me. I highlighted it, make sure, because believe it or not, I get graded on this program. You didn't talk about this game. You didn't talk about that game. Well, they don't care anything about football.
Have you?
Understand? Nobody cares about football on this. It's not about football, but I'm in Carolina. We got it's the Giants at Carolina.
You know what happens if they do the Fox show without you?
Probably the ratings would go through the roof.
No, if they do it without you, it's a CBS show.
Oh, Lord.
Man, have you seen that? You got people on there whose IQs aren't as high as the numbers they wore in their uniforms when they played.
Their cholesterol scores are higher than their SAT scores. That's what you're trying to say?
Talking with Jerry Bradshaw. So who's going to win that Carolina Giants game?
Well, it hasn't been played yet, Don.
I know that. Can you predict it?
Yes, I can. I can't predict. I can tell you who I think.
Oh, okay.
Giants.
Oh, you do?
I think the Giants. Yeah, as a matter of fact, if they've rediscovered their mojo like I thought they did at home against the Cowboys and carried that into Carolina with Delhomme, and it's not Del Home, not Del Homey, it's Delhomme, Jake Delhomme, but that quarterback for Carolina who is struggling, who is injured, and Chris was right that, Winky, I mean, my God, he's been in the league 4 years and he's 36 years old,
No.
So I just don't see... when it comes to games, who knows what the emotion, the passion, how focused you are, where are you going to mail it? I mean, you never know about these games, but the Giants are still very much, both of these teams are in the playoff hunt, but based on the performances of both teams and the fact that the Giants seem to have rediscovered, their formula for winning, even though they lost, I think that was the formula they had against the Cowboys. Romo hit that 42-yarder, and that kind of did them in, but I think the Giants should win this football game.
This person you have in your life now.
Which one?
Well, this woman you alluded to a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Do you take her on the road with you or no?
No, never.
Okay.
Never. Who are you talking about? Did I say I had a woman in my life?
Well, you said you had somebody in your life.
Well, I've got...
You don't?
I got a lot, no. Well, I don't know. Not really. Well, not really.
Okay.
I mean, no. I'm kind of nervous, man. We can talk about a lot of things, but no.
Well, I'm just thinking here we're coming up on the holiday season.
Right.
We're coming up on Christmas.
Christmas.
As Kinky says.
That's kinky.
And I don't have this vision of you
being alone. Well, I'll be alone.
I just said it makes me sad.
I'll be alone.
Makes me sad.
I've been alone for 8 years, and I'll be alone for Christmas. And matter of fact, I'm not even going to be home Christmas. I'll be in California, so I'll be home, and I have there's no one that would want to be with me, and it's a sad thing. I'm not real happy about it. Actually, it's a funny thing, and for all your listeners out there that have been divorced, and it takes a period of time to get past that. It takes 2 or 3 years, I think, just to settle in and get your mind right before you can even think about, another relationship, which is scary in itself. But sure. I am at that point where I am getting kind of lonely. I mean, everything, I got all these dogs, and I got, and that's nice, but I got nobody to share anything with, and I don't have anybody to hug or to kiss on or to, look into their eyes and, go for walks and sing them some of my songs that I'm sure they would like for me to do. I don't have anything like Deidre, and that would, I look forward to it, but I don't have that yet.
You must still have some numbers from those escort services you used to call, don't you?
Well, I did, the older you get, you do have to fine-tune that list a little bit. You know what I mean, John?
Just to update the area code.
You're getting old, man, when you go in and get your back waxed and you hear that lady holler, back up! You know what I'm talking about, don't you, man? There's some back up in here! Get that duct tape! Get 4 rolls! We're going to make a quilt!
Well, watch you on Fox in Carolina, all right?
Well, my man.
Thanks, Terry.
I love you guys.
Terry Bradshaw.
I saw Mommy kissing
funny.
Imus in the morning.
Well, he's a great ghost, isn't he?
He's fabulous.
You can tell more about a hospital and its patients.
Maniac.
And who can tell you more about patient satisfaction than J.D. Power and Associates? The company rates patient satisfaction based on several key measures: dignity and respect, speed and efficiency, comfort, information and communication, emotional support. After speaking with hospital patients across the country, J.D. Power and Associates has recognized Hackensack University Medical Center for providing an outstanding inpatient experience, and that's not all. Hackensack University Medical Center, truly one of the great hospitals out in the country. And who's in charge over there? Our guy, John Ferguson. And, you know, what a country. Figure like a guy like Ferguson, who really ought to be an assistant manager at Ace Hardware.
Yep.
You know, one of the most powerful people in healthcare. I mean, you can't even make that up. At Hackensack University Medical Center, that's where the Deirdre Imus Environmental Center for Pediatric Oncology is, incidentally. Inpatients, outpatients, emergency room patients, they're taking care of everybody. Hackensack's what I'm talking about. Well, blind Mississippi white boy Pig Feast Dupree just opened up an account at Norfolk Bank.
Yes, I did.
43 cents he put in there. Well, see, that's the deal with Norfolk Bank. They're banking old school. And if you have 43 cents to put in an account, or 43 million, they're ready. And there'll be somebody there who'll treat you the same whether you got 43 cents or 43 million. Norfolk Bank, run by John Candace, 350 branches strong. Started with one. I guess everybody started with one, but they started with one, and they just grew overnight into 350 branches. Did Norfolk Bank, sold it to Capital One, nearly $15 billion. Canada's still going to run it, and they're going national, Norfolk Bank. Let me talk to you about this cold FX. You ain't even feeling well. You want to boost up your immune system. That's kind of a redundancy, isn't it? Boost up your immune system, Chuck?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
If you can't afford to, oh, that's a little strong, wasn't it, Charles?
A little bit.
Yeah. It's all natural, so there are no side effects as cold FX. Deirdre says it works. That's enough for me. I mean, take it every day, and it boosts your immune system. Then even if you do get a cold, they have a booster pack you can take, and it'll cut the duration of your cold by about 80%, you know. So start taking Cold FX right away. You can get it anywhere. Or go to coldfx.com and find out about it. It does work.
PRA worked with my creditors and cut my debt in half.
Are credit card bills making your life miserable? Debt Relief of America can eliminate up to 60% of your credit card debt. In fact, they have helped people just like you wipe out over $15 million in credit card debt.
The best part was they worked with my creditors for me.
Get your credit card statements handy and call for a free, no-obligation debt consultation.
The people at Debt Relief really listened. No one judged me or talked down to me. They just gave me a way out.
Call for your free, no-obligation debt consultation now. 800-732-7092. The call is free. The consultation is free. The information could save you thousands of dollars and give you your freedom back. Get an army of debt negotiators on your side. Not available in all states. Call 800-732-7092. That's 800-732-7092.
See the difference between a BMW and a Westchester BMW. Online at westchesterbmw.com.
Go to WFAN.com and guess how much snow will fall in Central Park by New Year's Day for a chance to win tickets to a Broadway show and dinner for two. Plus, be entered in the grand prize drawing to win a Toro CCR 24 GTS snow thrower. Visit Toro.com or see the yellow pages for a retailer near you.
A special announcement for men who want to restore and improve their sexual performance to a full and lasting experience. We can help. If you've tried everything, from the common ED pills and herbal supplements to prescription and over-the-counter products, only to be disappointed with the results and side effects, we can help. We are Boston Medical Group, male sexual performance specialists. For 15 years, Boston Medical Group has consistently delivered to men of all ages a single focused service, helping men achieve and maintain a solid sexual performance for 30 minutes or more. Our highly experienced and committed physicians will develop a personalized treatment to suit your immediate needs and long-term goals. And with private waiting rooms and by appointment-only scheduling, your confidentiality and comfort are assured. Want to improve your sexual performance? Call the Boston Medical Group at 800-337-7555. 800-337-7555. Or visit bostonmedicalgroup.com. We are Boston Medical Group, male sexual performance specialists. Call 800-337-7555.
There's a direct link between what you put in and what you get out. You eat healthy, you feel better. You lift weights, you get stronger. But if you wait for fate to deliver your perfect woman, you think she doesn't exist. But what if she's right there close by waiting on you to take one little step outside your comfort zone? At Cupid.com, we focus on women in your hometown. Basic memberships are free and signing up is easier than tapping a keg. Put a little energy in. Make something happen. You might be surprised at what you get in return.
Cupid.com. Because sometimes love is closer than you think.
The Giants hit the road for an important NFC showdown with Carolina this Sunday. WFAN and Miller Beer are inviting you to join us for a Big Blue Good Call Road Party. Hang out with us at the Allendale Bar and Grill, 45 West Allendale Avenue, and, well, yeah, you know, Allendale. The party starts at 1 with the Giants kickoff. Come out and enjoy the $3 Miller pints and bottles, and stock up on all your football fan freebie stocking stuffers. We'll have lots of prizes for you to win, including DVD players, autographed merchandise, and Under Armour merchandise courtesy of Modell's, who'll remind you to wish big and play more this holiday season. So come on down and watch the G-Men squash the Panthers on a big screen. I almost made it without laughing. It's all from Miller, Good Call, and the Fan, Sports Radio 66 WFAN, New York.
I am Dr. Jen, and I'm taking your love life calls. And here's Kevin. Go ahead.
Jen, what's the easiest way to get to 79 Williams Ave?
Follow your heart?
For the easiest route to any address, you want to ask TomTom, not Jen.
Turn left.
TomTom Go is your portable, everyday GPS solution. Grab it and go. Just tap the screen, and the voice guides you on your way.
You have reached your destination.
TomTom Go. Find your way the easy way. Learn more at TomTom.com.
Hello, I'm Martin Short, star of the gloriously funny and appropriately titled smash hit musical Fame Becomes Me. You know, people ask me all the time, Marty, what is it like being the biggest star on Broadway? Well, I have to tell you, listeners, that it's no picnic. It's something that I have to deal with every day, living up to the nickname my fans have so generously bestowed upon me. A nickname that I had nothing to do with, I swear to you. King of Broadway. I don't wear this crown lightly. I wear it as a challenge to myself, to be the absolute best king I can be, and to make my subjects, that would be you, proud of me. So the next time you see me on the street, I'll be the one in the chariot. Please remember that mine is not a life of glory and privilege, but one of sweat and toil. And if you come to see my show, I can promise you that you will not be beheaded within this calendar year.
Martin Short and Fame Becomes Me, the Broadway show People magazine calls one of the funniest ever. Call or visit telecharge.com today.
This is the Imus in the Morning radio program on WFAN New York and streaming at WFAN.com. It is 9 o'clock now and time for Imus in the Morning News. Some of the local headline stories, though this is a national story as well, certainly, as this condition continues to spread. Investigators probing the E. coli outbreak linked to Taco Bell that has sickened dozens of people in New Jersey and at least 5 other states. The problem, as mentioned, does appear to be spreading, with federal health officials saying last night that they're investigating some more suspected cases of E. coli linked to the outbreak now in the states of Utah and South Carolina, far from the other cases that were concentrated right here in the Northeast. And in Delaware now, all 14 Taco Bell restaurants have been closed for cleaning after a 15-year-old girl who ate at a Taco Bell in New Jersey was hospitalized. The company suggested customers who are worried about all of this call a hotline at 1-800-TACO-BELL. A disc jockey on a local hip-hop radio station is struggling for life after he was shot at least 13 times on a Washington Heights street in Upper Manhattan. 30-year-old Carl Blaze, real name Carlos Rivera, is described in critical condition at a Harlem hospital, and police are saying that robbery may have been a motive. He works for Power 105 FM, wearing a white metal diamond chain with the initials CB on it for Carl Blaze, his radio persona, when he was shot. For the second time in as many days, police in Brooklyn shot and wounded a suspect yesterday in the early hours. Police Commissioner Kelly says a man fired a half-dozen shots into an automobile near Autumn Avenue in Loring in East New York. Kelly says police then exchanged gunfire with that suspect.
6 shots were fired, 45 caliber shots were fired into a car.
They see an individual running off. The individual sees the officers. He fires 2 shots at the officers. One of the officers returns fire. He fires 2 shots.
A bullet was found in the suspect's pocket. A gun has not yet been recovered. The suspect, who has not yet been named, has been in jail before for robbery. The officers involved were not hurt. The black-shrouded building near Ground Zero will start to come down today. Workers will begin removing the facade of the contaminated former Deutsche building. Charles Makish of the Lower Manhattan Construction Command Center said the 41-story building will be dismantled from the top down. Officials figuring it'll probably go on a year, creating space that is planned for one of 5 new towers at Ground Zero and a rebuilt St. Nicholas Greek Orthodox Church. Workers have found more than 760 bones of September 11th on the roof of that building and also on some of the top floors. The search for remains will continue now on the lower floors. High weather, partly sunny, a high night out of the low 30s today, 20s tonight, low 40s tomorrow, the 50s on Sunday. It's 21 degrees right now at 3 minutes after the hour.
At the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, your safety is our first concern. Since 9/11, we've spent more than $2 billion to enhance security at our airports, bridges, tunnels, seaport, and path trains. We've hired more police officers than ever before, and we've strengthened background checks for airport workers. We've installed new electronic detection systems and added hundreds of security cameras. To help pay for this added security, we're tightening our belts and cutting administrative spending. We've toughened oversight and accountability. We're reducing overhead and cutting $150 million in costs. And we won't stop there. We're hard at work finding more ways to cut costs and more ways to improve security. At the Port Authority, we know our first responsibility is keeping you safe.
Well,
for more information, visit www.panyj.info. The Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. Look what we're doing.
What did you do yesterday to become rich? Get out of debt or get a raise at work? Nothing? Well, today is going to be a lot different. And here's how. Entrepreneur of the Year Bruce A. Berman is offering his secrets free for 30 days. Secrets that made him millions. And now you can put all these life-changing secrets to work for you. But the only way to get them is to visit his website right now. Just go to 4bruce.com. That's the number 4, bruce.com.
The first 30 days, I earned $10,000. I now have the skills to make this type of money every month.
I made $30,000 in the first 90 days. I mean, it's fast, it's easy, well, if I can do it, anybody can.
This is Bruce A. Berman. Do you want to change your life right now? Then get my Aggressive Wealth System. I'm giving it away free for 30 days. Just go to my website, 4bruce.com. That's the number 4, bruce.com. This free offer won't last long, so go to 4bruce.com. That's the number 4, bruce.com, now.
it is 5 minutes after the hour here on the Imus in the Morning program on the radio all over the country. On MSWC, Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Well, congratulations, man. You were able to refrain from running the Combating Autism Act pussy report that appeared on the NBC Nightly News last night.
This is nearly unprecedented. I mean, you are to be congratulated. I'm stunned.
I'll tell you what happened.
What happened?
I just ran out of time. You know, time we got Blind on, time we got Fred on, time we got Bradshaw on.
Yep.
And, you know.
But just like old Boomer Esiason, if we just had 5 more minutes.
So out in Nassau County the other day, they had Deirdre Imus Day because Tom, what's that guy's name out there, Bernie?
Tom Swazi.
Tom Swazi was going to green Nassau County.
Yep.
And he asked Deirdre, he said, how come Bernadette Castro hasn't greened all of the parks in New York State? And she said she didn't know. And I said, because Bernadette essentially is a phony when it comes to all of this and is in bed with corporate America. And, you know, these various campaigns and other things is taking money from all of these various people whose interest it is not served by getting rid of, for example, all of the, just in these various park facilities, all of the hideous toxic cleaning agents that they use that make park visitors ill. All the pesticides and all that stuff they use. So, yeah. But, you know, Dave just says, you know, Bernadette's a friend of ours and has been for years.
Absolutely.
We can't help it because she's been corrupted by the system. Oh, gee, here she is now. So here, you've been banned from the program, you know.
No, you have
to forgive me in the interest of yesterday Pearl Harbor Day.
No, I can't forgive you.
You were reconciling
7
with
minutes after the hour. What happened?
This makes me uncomfortable. This is not a good thing.
What makes you uncomfortable?
You're probably still talking. It's not nice.
What's not nice?
It's not nice to do that to her.
Why?
Well, it's boorish behavior on your part.
All right, turn the pot back. Let's turn the pot back up, see if she's still talking.
I am still talking. I'm begging you to forgive me. It's so rude of you. I just want you to forgive me.
You know, there's something deeply awry with you and your psyche. I don't know.
We could probably do that to her for like 2 hours.
I mean, we could. Let's see if she's still talking.
I am still begging.
I could see her in the Q monitor still talking, too. Terrible.
Oh, man. So, what does she want? Do you know, Bernard?
She wants your forgiveness.
No, she's not going to get it.
Wants to be on the, back in the I family.
In the I fold.
Yeah.
Well, I forgive her. She just can't be on the air because, you know.
She doesn't accept that as forgiveness.
If she greens the parks, then she can be. Think about that phrase, greens the parks.
Well, she's out of office in 2 weeks.
Well, get it done.
You got 2 weeks.
Got 2 weeks. How hard could it be? How hard could that be? So, see if she's still talking.
Yes, I want to watch the
8 minutes after
I meant 4 hours. What did I mean, 2 hours?
There's Chuckle and there's Good Morning
The whole show.
President Bush hosting Republican and Democratic leaders of Congress today to get input from them on the new Iraq policy, whatever it's going to be. He says he'll also factor in suggestions from military and national security personnel before making any decisions, and is expected to make a major speech regarding all of this sometime before Christmas. Fewer than a third of Americans in a new survey approve of the president's handling of Iraq. Latest AP poll shows a satisfaction figure is now down to 27%. New Mexico's Governor Bill Richardson said yesterday
he would be the 27% who thinks he's doing okay. Well, even he doesn't think he's doing okay. I mean, if the president himself and members of his administration don't think it's going well. So who?
These talk radio robots.
What, the Sean Hannitys and
the
Limbaughs and the Laura Ingrams of the world?
Yeah, everything's great. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
They're defeatists. They're surrender monkeys.
Yeah.
Everything's wonderful. They voted. They have an elected government. Things are great. What do you thought? We have had a tough time with our revolution. Come on, guys.
She's still talking, Laura?
Trying to talk to you. I'm trying to tell you I dreamed and I have her phone.
Unbelief.
This is absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? 10 minutes after
this is now it's now sad.
It's worse than playing with a mouse.
It is, isn't it? It's like a mountain lion.
People are going to think it was a setup that she's in on it, but it's not.
No, it's not at all.
It's like playing now with a mouse that's physically challenged, a three-legged mouse. Mouse would have a chance.
We should leave her on hold during all the other shows and see if she just talks. Mike and Chris. Hey, look, Bernadette Castro is still talking.
Steve Summers here. Bernadette on the phone.
10 minutes after the hour. Time for a little sports, and here with that is Chris Carlin. Chris?
Morning, I'm in. Sports is sponsored by Cold FX. Visit them online at coldfx.com. NFL action last night. Steelers beat the Browns at Pittsburgh 27-7. Willie Parker, 223 yards. That is a new Steelers franchise record.
Is she still talking, Lou?
I'm telling you, Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls. We
There's something is wrong. Oh, come on, baby. What up with that?
Chris Carlin continues.
Carol Owens.
You're getting a barrel and go over Niagara.
Carol Owens paying plenty of attention to Bill Parcells, or maybe not. The Cowboys coach apparently gave quite a speech to his team Monday about what it takes to win a championship. Meanwhile, Owens was busy throwing himself a birthday party in Los Angeles Monday night. Here's Owens when asked about Parcells' speech on Wednesday.
The championship speech? I must have went to sleep on that one. I can't remember. I think I had my mind on the party. So I have no earthly idea what you're supposed to be talking about. I was already in L.A. So other than that, you have to redo it.
Yeah, take that, Bill.
What an a-hole.
Like your high school education.
Yeah. Jesus, can you be dumber than that bastard?
I think you can, because Isaiah Thomas...
Yeah, you could be Jeremy Shockey.
Yeah, well, it's a good idea. Good point.
Or it might be Isaiah Thomas, who made some unfortunate comments regarding Knicks fans. A day after they were chanting "Fire Thomas," Isaiah said, "I can't expect them to understand the game the way I understand it. Or see it the way we see it. In other words, you're all a bunch of morons."
Is she still talking, Lou?
Yes, I wanted to tell you, I did leave my house on Long Island. I
You're going to hell.
Come on. Dresser open. Well, I ain't never been the Barbie doll kind. No, I can't swig that sweet champagne. I'd rather drink beer all night in a tavern or in a honky-tonk or on a four-wheel drive tailgate. I've got posters on my wall of Skinner, Kid and Straight. Some people look down on me, but I don't give a rip. I stand barefooted in my own front yard with a baby on my hip, 'cause I'm a redneck woman. I ain't no high-class broad. I'm just a product of the rain. When I say hey y'all and yee-haw, and I keep my Christmas lights on my front porch all year long. And I know all the words to every Thomas Daniel song. So here's to all my sisters out there keeping it country. Let me get a big hell yeah from the redneck girls like me. Hell yeah! I'm just in the morning.
This holiday season, give the most eternal, unique gift of the year. Name a star after someone. I'm Rocky Moselle with International Star Registry. For $54 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com, we will name a star after anyone on your gift list. The new star name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office, and we will send you an incredible personalized gift package. Call the Star Registry, 800-282-3333, or visit starregistry.com for the gift that shines forever.
Ace's Helpful Hardware Man Lou Manfredini here with some great gift ideas available right now at your neighborhood Ace stores. Hurry in for two great items from RCA. A digital camcorder that's easy to use, holds 30 minutes of video without tape, and can instantly download to your PC. Or an MP3 player with 5 gigabytes of music storage, which includes 100 free song downloads. Both items are $69.99 after $20 mail-in rebate. Quantities limited, available at participating Ace stores.
Well, it's that time of year again. Good folks buy bags, yes. You don't need something you don't need. You don't need that. How about giving somebody a Tossimo hot beverage system? They may not need that, but they're going to be loving it to death. From Kraft and Braun, they're outstanding companies, and they've made a great product. It's a perfect gift for the holiday season. As soon as they see Tossimo, they're going to know that, getting that Santa thing down, that's it. They'll enjoy coffee, tea, espresso, hot chocolate, even cappuccino, latte with real milk, one perfect cup at a time. And with Tossimo, give them variety. In fact, it makes over 30 different drinks, including beverages from some of your favorite brands like Javalia, Seattle's Best Coffee, Maxwell House Cafe Collection, Twiny's, and more. Tossimo, simple and smart. Go to Tossimo.com and check it out. Get one. Have you ever dreamed of becoming part of the biggest sport in America? Do you love the thrill of watching NASCAR from beginning to end? If you love NASCAR racing, then FanFirst.com is the ultimate way to fulfill and live out your race car fantasies. Hey, this would be something neat to give somebody who's a NASCAR fan. You could go to FanFirst.com and sign them up for this deal and stick that bad boy under the tree. FanFirst.com is the primary sponsor of the number 32 Toyota Camry car, and Dave Blaney going to drive that. One of only 3 drivers who will run a full Busch Series and a full Nextel Cup season for the 2000 instead of waste for the whatever the hell it is you're doing. For more information, go to fanfirst.com and FAN first.com. Check it out.
Have you ever found a penny on the ground? Of course you have. Well, imagine that for the next 50,000...
Soul Asylum. And a special acoustic performance by Fastball. Festivus 2006. It all happens at the Beacon Theater November 16th. Why wait for the other holidays? Come celebrate a New York first. Festivus 2006. Tickets on sale now at all Ticketmaster outlets. Charged by phone or online at Ticketmaster and LiveNation.com.
I'm Penny Pilot with the Toyota Fan Highway Patrol, brought to you by the History Channel. Experience history and travels like never before. The History Channel puts you in the pilot's view. Dog Fight, the new series tonight at 8 p.m. only on the History Channel. In Somerset County, New Jersey, westbound 22 after West End Avenue, North Plainfield. Accident, take it out the right lane till further notice. Only the left lane's getting by. Transit's back to normal. We had a rough morning on the subways, but normal services resumed in both directions. B&D trains from 145th Street to 205th, and also on the 1, 2, and 3 trains at 34th Street. Earlier police activity completely cleared. Street cleaning rules suspended today and tomorrow. That's in observance of Veterans Day, but the meter rules still will be in effect. And westbound Cross Bronx at Randall Avenue, accident takes out the right lane, then heavy from the Bruckner on up to the bridge. 10-minute delays inbound at the George 15 at the Lincoln. Okay at the Holland Tunnel. The Adams in the morning forecast, sunshine today, high in the mid to upper 60s. Currently 54 degrees under fair skies in Central Park. I'm Patty Pileup with the Toyota Penn Highway Patrol.
Boy, I'm really excited about this football season. My team's got a great shot.
Yeah, so does mine. They're going to be unbeatable.
You know what else is unbeatable?
What's that?
My bank. New York Community Bank.
Huh?
That's right, New York Community Bank. They give me absolutely free checking, free ATM usage on any NYCB ATM, a free Visa debit card, and free online banking with free bill pay. And on top of that, I've got the safety of FDIC insurance.
Wow, I guess nobody can beat that combination.
The NYCB family of community banks is comprised of community banking leaders: Queens County Savings Bank, Roslyn Savings Bank, Richmond County Savings Bank, Roosevelt Savings Bank, CFS Bank, First Savings Bank of New Jersey, and Ironbound Bank. Just come into any of NYCB's 137 convenient locations throughout New York and New Jersey and take advantage of their expanded hours and great customer service. For more information, check them out on the web at mynycb.com or call 718-448-7272. New York Community Bank, member FDIC.
The world changes. The economy changes. Your life changes. And as they do, there's something that doesn't change. The commitment we at UBS feel toward each client. The commitment to offer reviews of your portfolio, to assess your financial goals, and to provide solutions that help you manage all the changes. Wealth management from UBS. In a changing world, an unchanging promise we call you and us. Member SIPC.
Ever been inside a gas pump? Yeah, it's my first time, too. With the new Discover Business Card, this could be a profit center for your business. You get cash back bonus on your business purchases, even more on gas. So, you're not just pumping gas, you're pumping rewards. That's more MPG. Money per gallon?
It's time to take control with the new Discover Business Card. Visit discoverbiz.com/control or call 1-888-221-4BIZ to learn more.
Are you in sales or do you own your own business? Do you want to give yourself the edge? Want to see your sales skyrocket, dominate your competition, and have access to countless new sales leads? Introduce yourself to Sales Genie, the largest provider of the most up-to-date sales leads, mailing lists, and business credit reports. No matter what you're selling, how you sell it, or who you're selling to, if you want to increase sales and blow out your quota, you need to call Sales Genie. Sales Genie has the...
Every day, new day, every day.
Looking to buy a car? Put yourself in the driver's seat with Newsday's Sunday Wheels section. Whether you're looking for a new or used car, Wheels has complete listings. From Acuras and Volvos to everything in between. Plus, Wheels is filled with useful auto news and information you can't find anywhere else. Get your car search up to speed in a flash with Newsday's Sunday Wheels section.
Newsday every day, Newsday every day.
WFAN, New York.
Radio makes me clear.
Good morning, everybody! How are you today?
Nice to have you with us on this busy day, Saturday in New York, the 11th day of November, the year 2006. Good to have you aboard. Christopher Russo with you, Johnny Smoke, Greg Giannotti is aboard as we chat at 718-937-6666. Those are your two-way sports talk telephone number. As we get going here, I wanted to play tennis this afternoon, which means I got 3 kids running around this radio station in the morning. So if you get a little distractions, you know what's going on. As we chat, I was at the Joe Torre dinner last night, and all anybody wanted to talk about was Rutgers winning that football game against Louisville and the rags and riches scarlet night. But
And this is called Dime Store Jesus. Roll up, Bigfoot.
There was a seeker wandering through the night, seeking lovers in the darkness, seeking Jesus in the light. Lovers she found many, but Jesus got it all. She bought an 8x10 from a 5 and dime and nailed him to the wall.
What?
What? Sarah prays to him each night before she goes to bed. She prays for peace and love and sweet visions in her head. There's no power in that plastic, so he cannot hear the call, 'cause he's an 8x10 from a 5 and dime. Nailed to Sarah's wall.
All right, that'll be enough of that.
Well, something's wrong with that.
I'm converting to Judaism.
Here's the problem. They bought an A1, Dr. Phil.
That was only the first of his gospel records.
Oh, my God.
He made another one in 1996.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he didn't get the hit with this one.
Bought an 8x10 to Jesus and nailed it to the wall?
Oh, come on.
I mean, come on here.
For a hospital to receive the Health Grades Distinguished Hospital Award for Clinical Excellence is quite an accomplishment.
Leave your cares and your worries far behind. We're gonna take back a moment. It's your time, just unwind, connect and see what you will find. Let's go out back tonight. Life will still be there tomorrow. Let's go out back tonight. Life will still be there tomorrow.
Click off the dice and see what's on the grill at FX tonight. With the steak is thick and juicy, the shrimp sweet, and the chicken moist and tender. And you're in the worry that
I'm Patty Pilot with the Fan Highway Patrol, brought to you by Yahoo. Yahoo's best answers in 2006 as the year's smartest questions, like what are the keys to great job performance? Just go to yahoo.com and click on answers. In Nassau County, they're dealing with a kind of weird situation. Bryant Avenue is closed in Roslyn Harbor, north of 25A, due to a large brush fire. There are 10 fire departments on the scene, and smoke supposedly is blowing all over everything. So don't worry, they actually do have that under control. LaGuardia, 2-hour delays on arrivals due to high winds. Have to call your carrier. Still saying things are okay at both Kennedy and over at Newark. Cross Bronx, westbound between Westchester Avenue and Jerome Avenue. Slow traffic, disabled truck still sitting in the center lane. And in New Jersey, Liberty Road at Route 57, there's an accident with injuries. That's in Warren County. 20 at the Holland, 30 at the Lincoln, 15 at the George. The Imus, the morning forecast. Sun and very windy. 19 and partly sunny. I'm Patty Pilot with the Fan Highway Patrol.
19 after the hour here in the Imus Morning program. On the radio around the country. And on MSNBC. You know, Mike Love will be here on Monday.
Yes.
Beach Boys.
Yep.
And terrific.
You got to meditate?
Well, I don't know, Brian. Brian Wilson is here.
You like to meditate a lot, the TM?
Yeah.
Transcendental masturbation?
You guys are kind of estranged, aren't you?
No, we're just not talking to each other. He is a little strange, though. We have fallen out over songs and rights and stuff like that. Still like him and all. He's still my cousin, and, you know.
Is your cousin?
I think so. Last time I checked, he was. Well, Cousin Brucey's not my cousin, but he's my cousin. His hair is my cousin, too. Cousin Brucey.
What, are you talking about because Cousin Brucey wears a rug?
Oh, no, it's a hat. Have you seen it?
Yes, I have. I know.
You're always saying I'm drug-addled. I don't know what's going on. You didn't know that was a rug?
I used to work with him. In fact, I used to work with everybody.
At some point.
You used to work with Socrates.
I mean, I've seen them all just... Yep. I've been sitting right here watching the freak parade.
Oh, no, God.
And they just keep coming through.
Burning with a V, baby. Burning with a V.
Oogie Pringle.
Greatest voice on the history of radio. Greatest voice, period. Wolfman-Jack.
You bet.
Nope. Not even any second place.
Nah. You didn't even wait for him to die before you stole his act.
I like to think of it as a tribute.
Oh, yeah.
My tribute to Wolfman-Jack.
Homage.
Yeah, Sgt. Pepper was a tribute to Pet Sounds.
Whatever. So I don't know, Chuck. We managed to get through the morning without any kind of hideous blow-up.
Boy, but we teetered. We were right at the tipping point on several occasions.
Oh.
You were close. God.
I have to go to the dentist this morning.
But you fought it back down.
Dr. Benjamin, who got his license back. Congratulations.
That's
all the way.
great. Suit was dropped. Beautiful.
Well, I think they settled out of court.
Oh, they did.
Dr. Arthur Benjamin, my dentist. So, you know, I said, you keep putting these people out and, giving them that laughing gas. And
yeah, and then,
working on their various cavities.
Thinking you were a gynecologist.
Exactly. You're going to get caught. And he said, oh, no, never mind.
Put Humpty Dumpty back together again. It ain't going to work.
Well, it's time for a little sports. That's Chris Carlin. Hi, Chris.
Hi, we actually did a lot of it already, but
we did.
We'll do some more. How about that?
Now, here's what we have.
Yeah.
We have this is either short-term memory loss.
Yes, a couple of things.
Attention deficit disorder.
Or a combination of it.
Or a combination.
Alzheimer's. That's a special brew you got cooking over there.
Yeah, so, I'm thinking about the dentist. And,
sure.
So
heavy agenda, full plate.
But that's not an excuse because I often forget whether we've done it or not.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Well, I do have one story prior to the lock of the week.
Okay.
If you'd like to hear it. NFL Hall of Famer Bart Starr, victim of extortion by an 81-year-old woman.
Jesus.
Starr apparently had an encounter with Ruby Young back in 1966. Young sent Starr a letter recently saying the following: "The time has come for you to pay for the many injuries you caused me. I am not a pushover, Mr. Starr, and no, I don't need the money, but I intend that you will pay for your wrongdoings to me." They had it was like a one-time deal. And she wants $2 million.
One time? What do you mean one time?
They're like a one-night stand, I kind of got the impression. So...
Let's see, 81, 66, how many?
She was 41 back then. And he was 32, so she's 81 now trying to cash in on Bart Starr. Okay, whatever.
What sort of evidence does she have?
I don't know. She went to him with the letter and threatened his image to come out with this, and then it came out.
Well, what did he do, rape her?
No, she just said, I guess that it was like a jilted lover. He, hooked up with her and then left her, and that was it.
Get over it.
Yeah, apparently she hasn't. Great-grandma.
Oh.
Not getting past it at all. What are you going to do?
She wants $2 million.
$2 million. She wanted, but now it's over with, since it's been reported.
Oh, I see.
So there you go. Anyway,
doesn't make
jilted
sense.
lover. It's just unfortunate.
No.
Sad. Yeah. And it is Friday. So you know what that means, don't you?
No.
Let's have it. Still Friday. Fat boy! Lock of the week! On that one. That was an easy lock of the week, B. The Giants go to Carolina this weekend, and they will slap them around like they're a Fox and Friends anchor. The Fat Boy! Lock of the week!
I don't know.
What? You don't know what?
Well, don't make snapping at me as I hope.
That was a quick snap.
That was
snapping. It was just,
No, but I mean...
I was curious to know what you don't know.
No, you sort of actually scared me.
Sorry.
And you're 21.8 miles away. Now, what I'm thinking is, you're just never right in these things.
But that's not true. I was actually in a pretty good streak there for a little bit the last month until last week.
Who's in office then?
That's not right.
No.
I can't even remember the last time you were right. Can you, Charles?
Nothing comes to mind except two words. Jeff Weber.
Yes. I was right on Ohio State, Michigan a few weeks back.
You were?
I drilled that one.
That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I called it right down the middle.
Take it back. I take it back.
Before that, it was Jeff Weaver. And Jeff Suppan. And the Cardinals sucking. And how did that work out?
Any other good games this weekend?
There's a couple. I mean, New Orleans-Dallas is a pretty good game Sunday night. Definitely the Saints have played well. You know, in the AFC in particular, Indianapolis-Jacksonville's a good game. Baltimore-Kansas City is a decent game. New England-Miami's actually an okay game. The Jets, because Denver-San Diego's another real good game.
Oh, that's a great game.
Denver-San Diego's a very good game.
Who are the Jets playing?
Jets play the Bills this week. But the Jets are 7-5, and everybody's trying to figure out if they're actually for real. I don't know if they are or not, or if it's just a product of a bad schedule.
They have to beat Buffalo.
They have to beat Buffalo. Once again, you have...
Crucial. And that's not a slam dunk.
No, not by any stretch.
Yeah.
Willis McGahee has always run very well against the Jets, the Bills running back, so...
Great Willis McGahee has always run great against the Jets. So
you know that?
Got to look out for him.
Got to be concerned about that.
Got to be tough on the D. Yeah.
Right. Finger on the pulse.
Throw the ball, man. 26. Yeah.
Get tired of watching your hair get thinner and thinner. We're about to challenge everything you think you know about hair loss and hair restoration. Because we're going to send you a free report and DVD that separates fact from fiction. So you'll learn the difference between bogus hair growth products and a proven medical solution. The world's only permanent solution. One that's affordable on nearly every budget. Is used by hundreds of celebrities and professional athletes. And has been featured in Newsweek, The Wall Street Journal, and The New York Times. When it comes to hair loss, you're going to be blown away by what you learn. And you'll never look at hair loss or hair restoration the same way again. Call now for your free report and DVD. 1-800-700-1798. Come on, we dare you to call for the free report and DVD. Call Barclays today at 1-800-700-1798. It's time you rethink hair loss. For your free report and DVD, call 1-800-700-1798. 1-800-700-1798. It's the best of Joseph A. Bank. A huge selection of top coats, sport coats, and blazers. $149. The entire stock of executive suits. Regularly $495. Now $198. How about a huge selection of leather and suede jackets? $179. Plus all micro suede bomber jackets. An incredible $99. Consider all lamb's wool and all cashmere sweaters, 60% off. Select cotton sport shirts, $29. Even every executive collection dress shirt, including Pinpoint, only $29. It's incredible prices at Joseph A. Bank. Like top coats, sport coats, and blazers, only $149. Now through Saturday. At 46th and Madison, Westport, Denville, Freehold, Morristown, Fishkill, Garden City, Newgate, and Hoboken, Queens, and coming soon to Rye. It's finally here.
An event so big it's held in a stadium.
It's simply the biggest winter sports sale in the world.
Presley's Giant Stadium
sale is going on now with the best winter sports gear on the planet.
All at prices too low to mention.
Ski clothing from the North Face, Spider and Marker. Snowboard clothing from Burton, Sessions, and Special Blend.
All at prices too low to mention.
Ski equipment from K2, Rossi, and Solomon. Snowboard equipment from Rise, Burton, and Nitro.
All at prices too low to mention.
But what we can mention is you'll save up to 70% on everything for winter sports.
And while you're there, check out great deals from Killington, where winter has arrived with the most open terrain in the East.
Plus, for the first time ever, it's Princeton's Pro-Am Rail Jam.
Sponsored by Burton. Watch the pros style the steel.
And on Saturday, catch your medal at the amateur event.
Oh, did I mention 10 grand in cash and prizes?
Princeton's Giant Stadium Sale is going on now with free luxury shuttle buses from our New York store.
For more info, call 1-800-ALL-SKIS or go to PrincetonSkis.com.
Well, we're here with CompUSA technology expert Meg Pitson.
Hi, Bob.
Meg, when I was a kid, we were always moving.
Oh, was your dad in the Army?
No, he had a moving company.
This holiday, you know what to get someone on the go?
Corrugated boxes?
A 17-inch dual-core notebook with a gig of memory and a 120-gig hard drive. Just $699.99 after savings and rebates.
Wow.
Plus, CompUSA has complete gift packs.
Really?
Buy a main item like a notebook or a TV and then save 10% on qualifying accessories when you buy 3 or more. There are 8 different complete gift pack categories. See CompUSA for details. New Michelin tires on sale from Sears, along with family, friends, and run balls. Something to be thankful for. With new tires, you can drive to the store to buy the forgotten can of cranberry and the extra batteries. You can go to find the last-minute gift for that last-minute nephew who shows up late with his roommate. With Michelin tires, the holidays just seem brighter. Get the lowest price of the year on Michelin tires, only at Sears Auto Center. Exclusions apply. See store for details. Selling 12/24/06.
Please welcome to the program from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, Senator Edward Kennedy. Good morning, Senator Kennedy.
Yes, indeed. Good morning to you, I-Man. A matter of great consequence faces us at this hour, Mr. Imus. Basically, it is this. This glass here of mine is half empty, as I view it. Others might interpret its condition as half full. Sure, I do not. And I would like the situation corrected by somebody around here as expeditiously as possible. Now, the other item occupying this senator's time and thoughts so much at this time, this difficult time in our lives, is how can I get that little blonde number who's prancing around here like some kind of elfin forest sprite lust leprechaun. Yes, that one right over there. There is a No Child Left Behind candidate if I ever saw one. If I could ask you to be serious for just a moment, Mr. Imus. The Iraq Study Group finally released its findings this week that represented months of arduous, exhausting labor. My colleagues and I, who've been so anxious over this war, had been actually anxious to see the conclusions of these 10 learned and creative minds until we, well, saw them. I mean, Jesus, Mary, Joseph, and Zeke, are you kidding me? You've got a former Secretary of State, a former Supreme Court Justice, Attorney General, guy who was a White House Chief of Staff, former Secretary of Defense, all charged with making a forward-looking, independent assessment of the situation in Iraq. And the basic conclusion they arrive at is, and I quote, U.S. policy is not working? Well, what was your first clue there, Socrates? The 55,000 people lying in the streets of Baghdad with Black & Decker holes in their heads? Or the Islamic world's largest rental fleet of car bombs? It's working great. The reason no one was ever able to connect the dots is because the dots are all flying turbines, for God's sake. But then what can we expect? You saw who was on the commission. Yes. Sandra Day O'Connor. I mean, to put it as tactfully as I possibly can, there's a reason she's no longer on the Supreme Court. Her robe had become a drool beam. And Lawrence Eagleburger, he looks like the sole surviving representative of something you'll find in the Galapagos Islands. All Alan Simpson wants to do is a 10 p.m. set at a comedy club. William Perry looks like he'd jump out of his skin if he saw his own shadow. And I think Vernon Jordan never got over the being asked not to audition for Stomp. Throw Tony Blair of Great Britain in the mix, an individual who would rather decorate Iraq than democratize it. You might as well stick a gun in your mouth. So, to that end, ask not, as Time magazine did this week, whether President Bush will be able to find an exit. Ask, rather, whether the genius will be able to identify the exit he should use. The one promoted so nobly by Jack Kevorkian, marked final. Thank you very much.
Senator Edward Kennedy here in the Imus in the Morning program.
Please choose your soulmate from one of the 3 million photographs below. Click on Blonde to view any of the 324,000 blondes in our archives. Click on Warbler to view candidates with beautiful singing voices.
Dating sites make you search and search and search for a match, but at eHarmony.com, carlin.com, we do the searching for you by matching you with other singles who share compatibility over 29 proven dimensions crucial for a great relationship. I'm Dr. Neil Clark Warren, the founder of eHarmony, and I'd like you to hear what some real eHarmony users have to say. With other online services, I kind of felt like I had to market myself. And with eHarmony, I could just be myself. I don't have to feel the pressure to go out and search for people. At eHarmony, you're matched only with those singles who meet your highest levels of compatibility. Visit eHarmony today and start the ball rolling with your $50 personality profile. Yours free when you visit eHarmony today. This holiday season, don't spend too much time or money at the mall. Let Caraco be your alternative. After all, no one suits you for the holidays like Caraco. Caraco is loaded with many great gift ideas like shirts, sweaters, ties, pants, shoes, and accessories. How about a cashmere blend overcoat for just $88? A tuxedo for a formal holiday dinner, now just $69. And of course, our famous 18-piece suit packages starting at just $2.99. It's one of America's great fashion values, and it's only available at Caraco's. Caraco, designer suits at outlet prices. So before you fight the traffic at the mall, head over to Caraco, where you're sure to find a great gift. For store locations, call us toll-free at 1-877-888-SUIT. That's 1-877-888-SUIT. Or visit us online at CaracoSuits.com. Caraco, designer suits at outlet prices.
If you're a business owner, whether you own a small shop or a large corporation, when it comes to building a new facility, the process can seem overwhelming. Concerned with getting the building you need on a limited budget? Call Anthem Steel for a pre-engineered steel building. When you look around, you'll see that more and more businesses, churches, and schools are using steel buildings to save time and money. You, too, can build with the quality of Anthem Steel, saving up to half the cost of conventional building methods. Large or small, your new building will be up and running quickly with your choice of exteriors, like stacked stone, stucco, or rich and stately brick. For your free information, call 800-400-4204. Anthem Steel has the high-quality solution for almost any size you need. Before you give up, call Anthem Steel for your free information at 800-400-4204. For a church, school or gymnasium, manufacturing, warehousing, or retail buildings, call for your free information at 800-400-4204.
Now you can dial a diamond and save half by calling Empire Diamond at 1-800-SAVE-HALF. If you're in the market for a solitaire, engagement ring, anniversary, or investment diamond, then shop around, get the best price, and then dial a diamond at 1-800-SAVE-HALF. Empire will advise you on size, shapes, and values. They'll sell you diamonds directly from the source without a middleman's markup. These diamonds are guaranteed to be priced at half the retail price. A diamond certification by the Gemological Institute of America will be faxed or mailed to you. For qualified buyers, your diamond will be sent to your home or office for a free 10-day no-obligation inspection. Upon your satisfaction, you then pay for your purchase and get a 60-day money-back guarantee. Empire Diamond, located in the Empire State Building for over half a century, guarantees the lowest priced diamonds, 10-day free inspection, and money-back guarantee. Save over half on your diamonds. Call 1-800-SAVE-HALF. That's 1-800-SAVEHALF. Visit us at dialadiamond.com.
I'm Patty Pilot with the Fan Highway Patrol, brought to you by Kmart. You know those Christmas gifts that just make you feel warm all over? Kmart has them. Get cozy on and wear for the whole family. 40% off. Hurry sale ends on Sunday, December 10th. Kmart, where Christmas comes together. At LaGuardia Airport, still reports of 2-hour delays on arrivals due to high winds, and now we have similar delays on arrivals at Newark, actually 90 minutes now. Kennedy still says things are okay, but check with your carrier, or if you're leaving, or if you're picking someone up at the airport. Belt Parkway, eastbound after Ocean Parkway, there's a crash block in the right lane, then at Flatbush Avenue. We have another accident. That takes out the right lane, too. Westbound is jammed from JFK to Lethbridge Boulevard. And Westbound Highway, both directions at Liberty Street, delays because of those traffic lights that are problematic. We do have DOT on the scene there. Still 15-minute delays to the George, easing out at the Holland 30 at the Lincoln. The Imus in the morning forecast, sunny and windy. It's 19 degrees. I'm Patty Pilot with the Fan Highway Patrol.
Anyway, please welcome from Texas, where I think Trevor's from. Our friend Paul Magala. Good morning, Mr. Magala.
Good morning, Mr. Imus. Well, then out for Trevor if he's a fellow Texas Longhorn.
Well, I'm just not sure whether he is or not, so.
Well, he is for our purposes, then.
Well, yes, he is, sir. He's from Decatur, Texas. Is that the way you pronounce that? Decatur, Texas. That's where he's from.
Oh, excellent.
So, and Joe Beaver's from Huntsville, Texas.
Oh, my goodness.
So.
Well, that's where the big prison is. Not that I have been there, but not only as a visitor.
After what you did for the Clinton administration, you should have been inside this thing. You know, you and him, by the way. So.
Oh, man, so we got two Texans going in the National Finals Rodeo. I like that. Now, they have it in Vegas.
Yeah.
What a hell of a distraction for two boys from Decatur and Huntsville, man.
Well, they can handle it, believe me.
They sure got some pretty women here, Trevor.
I don't think I'd be going that far. These are my friends, you know.
Oh, they have some handsome goats, too, there in Decatur. You know, we got the most beautiful goats in the Shenandoah Valley that the Gala boys do.
We were gonna for this coming go around of kids for the spring and summer, we were gonna, rather than have them calf tie a calf dummy, we thought, my wife said, why don't we just watch an RFD TV? Have you ever seen RFD TV?
No, what's RFD?
Oh, man. What is RFD? Oh, man. Oh.
I don't know it. I don't get out much.
Wow. You mean CBS? Do you have satellite?
I do. I actually have DirecTV.
It's channel 379. It's the network for rural America.
You know what it is? Oh, I watch it. You know, no, I'm always on like outdoor life.
Oh, it's great. It's America's network.
Has it got all that hunting and fishing?
Well, it's got ESPN. It's got all.
OLN, Outdoor Network has all that.
No, RFD's got all. They cover. All kinds of horse trainers, horse stuff on, all kinds of agriculture stuff.
Cattle auctions.
Cattle auctions. They cover all these high school and some professional rodeo stuff. Oh no, it's a great channel.
Big Al and lynching instructions. Well, what about? No. Come back to the goats. Seriously, we've got a few goats, but our neighbor John Bodansky raises the most beautiful South African boar goats.
Right.
And maybe we'll do that this year for a gift to the ranch. Ship a bunch of these goats up there. They're beautiful. They're just gorgeous.
So we don't. So we got a couple of goats. Donnie got a couple of goats from. And so we thought,
scraggly ass New Mexico goats, though.
Yeah, we'll see if Wyatt can tie them like your calf tie in a rodeo, you know. And but we got the wrong kind of goats because Wyatt had run up there and flanked one of them, you know. And after the first time, the goat would just stand there, and then Wyatt would flank it, throw it on the ground, and the goat would just lie there or lay there.
That is a rare and special breed. When I was a kid in Texas, it took me months to train him to do that.
So we need.
I get in the back right after that. No, well,
we need
goats stump in the backyard.
We need wild goats. We got the wrong kind of goats.
These goats we raise they jump. They run and they jump. They like to climb on anything.
Right.
And the boys set out little like a jungle gym for them, with cinder blocks and 2x4s, and those goats climb all over them.
But that doesn't hurt them,
No.
Any more than it does in tie-down roping in a rodeo or steer wrestling or whatever.
We honestly, this is a true story. We had one of our goats who developed this terrible habit. We've got American wire fence, which is about a 4 or 5 inch square. And this goat we only had 63 acres, it's not Imus Ranch. But this one goat wasn't satisfied with the 63. He would stick his head through that fence. Of course, he's got horns. He couldn't get it back out.
No.
So I asked Bodansky, my neighbor, I said, John, what do I do about this? This stupid goat sticks his head in. I can't get out. He said, that's the problem. He's not stupid. He's just smart enough to get himself stuck in an impossible situation, but not smart enough to know how to get himself out. And so we named that goat Rumsfeld. True story. We have one of our goats named Rumsfeld.
But even more distressing is I can't believe that that's a problem with not just you, but everybody else in Washington, is they don't know anything about RFD TV.
Well, I live about half my life in rural America, so I guess I don't need to watch it on the cable.
It's the initial RFD comes from rural free delivery. Remember when they first started delivering mail free? Man, you used to have to go to the post office to get it.
Very well.
Oh no, it's a great network.
Well, I have to check it out.
They're going to cover that. They're having a big horse race, the Santa Fe horse race. You heard about this?
No.
Oh, God.
I've been hunting on a Kennedy Ranch in South Texas.
Hunting what?
Actually, deer and nilgai. Have you ever heard of this?
Yes.
There are these wild. They're originally from India. There's more of them in Texas now than there are in India.
These wild antelope about the size of a horse, and they run like a deer, and they are the hardest thing to hunt I've ever hunted. And both John Begala and Billy Begala got one this year. My two boys, 14, 11. My nephew, Sam Houston Begala, got one.
Out shooting animals.
Well, it's harder to eat them if you hadn't shot them.
Is that what you did, is eat them?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's delicious. It's remarkably good meat. It tastes kind of like elk. It's less gamey than venison, more lean than beef. I should be the spokesman for the American Nilgai Hunters Association.
The Great Santa Fe Horse Race, September 3rd it starts, 2007. They're going to race from Santa Fe to Mexico to Independence, Missouri. 800 miles. And it's an endurance race, you know, like the Hidalgo deal.
Yeah.
And they're going to stop at these, you know, along the old Santa Fe Trail.
And just stop at the Taco Bells along the way?
No. They have set up these race villages, like the first one's there in Las Vegas, Mexico, and then, you know, they go on down through Wagon Mountain and then on down into Independence, Missouri. But
sort of like a Iditarod with tumbleweeds.
Yeah. And the Imus Ranch is the charity that benefits from all of this. So, because the Santa Fe Trail goes right through the ranch, so they're going to race through the ranch.
Oh, that would be great. When is that?
September 3rd. And IFD TV is going to cover it.
It's kind of chilly up there, too. It's September 3rd, isn't it?
No, that's all right.
It would be fun.
Do you own a horse?
I do not. We had horses when I was a kid, but we do not now. They're too much work. Well, and as you know, it's only a matter of time when you have horses till somebody gets hurt.
Really?
My son John helps with, there's a program called Lift Me Up, where disabled kids ride, and John helps.
Those are great programs.
Wonderful programs, life-changing programs. It's been the best thing ever happened to John. I mean, I think the kids probably enjoy it too, but he's 6'1", he's a huge, beautiful kid, and so the little ones feel comfortable with him putting them up on the horse and moving them around, and God, it's great. But that's what I keep trying to tell him, is that they're great horses, but as you know, they're deadly weapons, those horses.
We give the horses that we no longer need at the ranch, we give to old Carlos there in Santa Fe, who operates a program just like that for severely handicapped kids. They get them up there and strap them on a horse and walk them around, and it's a wonderful program.
It's great. It is one of Ronald Reagan's greatest observations. He said the best thing for the inside of a man is the outside of a horse.
If you're interested in you and Carlo getting a horse and getting in this race, you go to SFT Santa Fe Horse Race, what the hell is it called? SFTHorserace.com. So, the ranch has made a lot of money from it.
Excellent.
And it's going to be a great program, and people can go along the old Santa Fe Trail there, and it'll help these towns and so on along the trail and give people a sense of history. And so I know Hampton Signs wrote that Blood and Thunder, I believe that book's going to be a bestseller about Kit Carson and the Navajos there in Las Vegas and Santa Fe, New Mexico. So, anyway, I mean...
Maybe we'll do that. We'll get in the race. Of course, if it's, Carlo grew up riding horses, too. He's actually a terrific rider.
Telling Paul Begala about just nonsense.
Well, look at a horse and get it sponsored by Preparation H. How's that? We'll need that after 800 miles in the saddle.
Well, you know the old David Crosby.
Oh, my goodness.
You have to talking about that Melissa Etheridge deal, I was trying to find out just how that went down, But David, like it was a turkey baster deal or whatever, but David would not reveal that to me, and I don't blame him. But Mary Cheney, God bless her, she's pregnant.
Yeah, I think it's wonderful. I think it's awful, these right-wing groups attacking that couple. Any couple expecting a baby's got enough pressure. They don't need this. They don't need to be made an icon either for the gay rights movement or for the kook right. I will observe that, of course, that's big speculation in Washington. Who's the David Crosby here? Who's the father? It's the first thing in 6 years Karl Rove has not tried to take credit for the White House.
We think it's you.
We always dreaded these sort of stories in the Clinton White House, but for different reasons. We had different concerns about White House leaks in those days. You might recall.
Hey, what do you think of this this situation, I can be a better way to describe it, between David Gregory and Tony Snow? Did you see that yesterday?
Yeah, I did. I saw a clip. And, Gregory made my life hell in the White House when he was covering us. He is not a partisan. He's a arrogance and bullying that Tony tries to pull off from the podium. That's not what I'm paying him for. Tony needs to remember, he's no longer paid by the Fox News Network. He's paid by the American people. He's got to at least act like this is on the level. I don't mean to lecture Tony Snow. He's a great guy. I like him a lot. I will note that when I was working in the White House, I did have time to call into the Imus in the morning program. Mr. Snow, too busy.
We didn't ask him to call. No. We didn't ask him to call. We don't care if he ever called. He was a nice guy. But if I never talked to Tony Snow in my lifetime, you think people are turning this program on to hear him?
No way.
No. So they called and asked if he could be on. We said, well, sure. Then he called back and tried to dictate the time he was going to be on.
Right.
Well, that's not the way it works, Tony.
That is the arrogance. That's what I mean. And by the way, when you're at 38% in the polls, you got no right to be arrogant. Okay? I mean, you know, he'd be lucky to be calling into Good Morning Buda in Texas.
But I think there's something more at work here. I mean, that's over the line to accuse Gregory of being partisan. That's an attack on his professional, ethical credibility. Don't you think?
And it shifts the topic. This is what Tony's doing. Very deliberate strategy. He is trying to shift the topic off of how do we react to this report that shows that we screwed up this war and got all these kids killed, and on to, gee whiz, is David Gregory biased? It's a no-win situation for David. It's a no-lose situation for Tony, except he loses the respect of people who have done this for a living and who care about their country. And Tony owes David a straight-up, honest answer. And if you notice that the press briefings, he hasn't given a single honest answer or a single answer since this Iraq Study Group report came out.
Well, the job's not to give honest answers, but
it would be nice.
Well, of course it would be refreshing, but that's not what's going to happen, is it?
But it is, you know, I mean, I don't know. I think David ought to just, you know, make up. And, I don't know, Tony could maybe invite David hunting with the vice president. Or,
well, I know they, at least they each individually, maybe they're not sharing their innermost thoughts with me, but they, having talked to both of them, you know, off the air, they tell me they like each other, but I thought that was over the line with David. But also, it's not my job to defend David, but...
No, but it's a statement of David's colleagues, too. That White House press room is now so gutless that David's one of the few who has the temerity to actually ask a question. I mean, the rest of them are so cowed you can hear them move.
I think that's a little...
No, they're a bunch of wet noodles in there. They are, and Tony just pushes them around. He just bullies them. It's ridiculous.
Sorry to hear you got your kids out shooting animals. That's not good.
Oh, my God, it's great for America.
Well, I did it when I was a kid.
What about you, man? What about your man, McCain? Do you know this? This is good.
Don't start with him.
John McCain hired...
Don't start with him. He's going to wet sleep fast.
McCain hired the guy to run his campaign who made those ads against Harold Ford, those racist ads. Now, that's uncalled for. I guess he couldn't get Michael Richards, you know.
Yeah, that's just way over the line, Paul. Well, by the way, the Democrats are taking over, so when does the war end?
I hope so. But it is,
that's what you guys told us you were going to do. Let's get it done. Get her done.
We literally can't pull the troops out short of cutting off the funding in the middle of a war, which I think would be calamitous. You can't do that. It is the president's obligation. The Democrats, I thought, supported this Iraq Study Group report in the main. Many criticized it, but most of them supported it. It's the president's job now to unwind this thing. And you know, he is capable of a turnaround. I mean, look, until he was 40, he probably wasn't living the life that he's living now. He is capable of turning himself around. He's capable of doing this. But it's the president's call.
Bring out the alcohol, bring out the drugs.
I find it admirable. It's a sign of character and courage that he turns his life around. And he can do the same thing here. I am praying to summon the same character and courage
Human being.
to save these boys' lives.
Merry Christmas to you and your lovely wife and honest. And
where do I ship the goat?
Well, let me talk to you out there about the goats at the actual series.
I do.
All right, baby.
All right, thanks.
Paul, we're going here in the Imus morning program.
you need HD service, too. Separate the facts about HD from the fiction. Visit doyouseeanhd.com and discover why IO Digital Cable delivers the sharpest HD picture anywhere, and why IO customers get the most New York sports, local channels, and movie channels in HD. Best of all, you can get IO Digital Cable for as little as $29.95 a month, and HD service is included free, which means that unlike satellite, there's no expensive equipment to buy and no long-term contract. Fiction. Making the move to HD is hard. Fact. IO makes it easy. Call 1-866-941-HD-TV or visit doyouseeanhd.com. Do you see an HD? Wouldn't you like to? Reverse supply. See upload.com for details.
You know, some elves spend the holidays in the workshop putting together toys and stuff. Well, I'm the elf that helps Santa come up with his naughty or nice list. And I gotta tell you, some people just aren't that nice. Take Claire. She cut up all the bristles on her sister's toothbrush. And Scott knocked over some lady to get the last honeydew at the supermarket. What's the matter with you people? This is supposed to be the season of giving. So why not do something nice for a change? Like give someone a holiday instant game from the New York Lottery. There's Peppermint Twist, Polar Pears, Holiday Dough, Holiday Grab Bag, and Surprise Package, which could be worth up to $750,000. Otherwise, if I see one more person flush the toilet while somebody else is in the shower or hide their roommate's gym shorts in the freezer, I'm gonna tell Santa to fill your stocking with shaving cream.
With 5 festive games from the New York Lottery, you'll see it really does pay to be nice this holiday season.
Hey, you never know.
The New York Lottery's festive holiday instant games, Peppermint Twist, Polar Pears, and Surprise Package make great gifts for you or someone else. Each ticket purchase comes with a free holiday gift envelope available at your lottery retailer while supplies last.
Credit problems? Turned down for credit cards, loans, or mortgages, or just need to raise your credit score? Then listen to this important message. United Credit Adjusters, the nation's leading credit restoration firm with 30 years experience, has helped thousands repair their credit by removing late payments, collections, and other negative information legally from your credit report. No phony promises, just outstanding results. Call now for a free credit report consultation at 866-681-5304. You don't have to live with bad credit. Call them at 866-681-5304. Get the financial freedom you deserve. Give United Credit Adjusters a call. 866-681-5304. 866-681-5304. Adjusting your credit score and more. United Credit Adjusters. Special program for mortgage brokers. Close more loans. Call 866-681-5304.
Get more with Orbit's TLC mobile access. Now you have the power of Orbit's in the palm of your hand. Our customers agree.
I got flight status in my hand.
I got hotel availability
In my hand.
I got my travel itinerary
In my hand. I got Orbit TLC in my hand.
Anyone can use Orbit's TLC mobile access for free. Just enter mobile.orbitz.com and go.
Hotel availability in select markets.
Hey everybody, Rachel Ray here. I make 30-minute meals, and in my new cookbook, 2468, I make it simple to cook delicious meals, whether you've got 2 mouths to feed or 8. My new cookbook gives you creative, fun, and delicious options. I'm sharing my favorite recipes for 1 or 2, other recipes that work best for 4, and even more recipes that are good for 6 to 8. And best of all, you'll still be out of that kitchen in 30 minutes. Hey, check it out and look out for 2468 by me, Rachel Ray, wherever books are sold.
Copyright 2006 CBS Radio, all rights reserved. Imus in the Morning is a presentation of WFAN and What's Good One Entertainment.
WFAN, New York, 2020.
Good morning at 10 o'clock. I'm Jerry Recco. The most points scored in Nets history, but also the most allowed. In a track meet out at the Meadowlands, Phoenix beat New Jersey in double overtime, 161-157. A career-high 42 for Steve Nash. Jason Kidd tying Wilt Chamberlain for third all-time with his 78th career triple-double, 38 points, 14 rebounds, 14 assists.
The effort was there.